We are back from the deep again with another show for you guys. We had an interesting week of football before us. Our teams lost, and we had some teams that didn't play in the bye. We're in the weird part of the middle of the season, boys. We got a lot of guessing to do. Honestly, this whole episode might surround the fact of just hypotheticals and taking a swing at things because we got playoff football coming up here soon, but not soon enough. We don't know who's good and who's bad, so we're going to make all kinds of different predictions today. But first, as always, I like to ask the boys some questions. I got Eric Wheeler in the house and TJ Stancliff in the house. We're just out here chilling. Clark should be joining on in a little bit after he's helping out his old lady doing some things. And then Coach Keegan Lowe is getting ready for the playoffs this weekend against the Edison Chargers. Yes, that is Thomas Edison, baby. Keegan's going to go there and charge him up. They beat him earlier this year. So when he's done with his practice getting the boys crazy, hey, you know what it is. We're recording on a Tuesday. That means that's the last day of hitting of the year. Keegan's over here saying, I want to share Thanksgiving turkeys with you boys in the playoffs. Let's win this dub and get crazy. But let's ask some wild questions. This year's wild intro question is, what fantasy quarterback and coach combo do you wish you would have saw or seen, or what would be the best? It could be current, it could be past, just different combos of different sorts of coaches and quarterbacks that would win Super Bowls and ball out, or just be fucking electric together. Who wants to go first with this one, boys?
Eric, you take it, man.
All right. So this is a really fun question. And Jack's gonna Jack, if you gave Jack two guesses, I guarantee he'd guess this. So because I've always been a big Cam Newton fan. I was in college. I think he's the best college player I've ever seen play quarterback. I just want to take Cam, like MVP Cam, and place him in this Eagles team. Like just put him in that Eagles team and just watch the fucking fireworks come. Like the tush push is gonna average 8 yards every time they do it instead of two. His arm was, oh dude, it's just, you gave him that offensive line, those receivers, that defense. I just think that would be, I don't know. Maybe it's because we had that Hurts and Cam Newton thing that was kind of trending a couple weeks ago. Maybe that's why it came to mind. And I thought about another one. I thought about Nick Saban and Drew Brees, because Nick Saban's been pretty like clear that that's like when he knew his NFL career is over, with because they signed him and then he didn't pass his physical, so he did end up on the Dolphins. And that's always like one of my big, like, what if Saban would have stayed with like would have got his guy he wanted so bad, Drew Brees, and what if Saban and Brees would have figured it out and like in Miami together, and then we never get all the fall off, and that's crazy because the Saints aren't the Saints without Drew Brees. And then Bama's not Bama without Saban, let alone the entire coaching tree he has in the college football. So those are two I thought about.
But that's actually really good. One, Cam Newton on the Eagles, that's crazy. I love the tush push going 8 yards. Cam Newton was his own tush push. Let's remember that, folks, when you start comparing him to Hurts. That man was his own tush push. They didn't have anybody else out there. Actually, they was it. Well, who was that big fullback? Yeah, was that Tolbert?
Yeah,
Mike Tolbert,
Michael
yeah.
Tolbert, right? Michael
Yeah,
Tolbert.
dude. Yeah, like he. I know. Then they had like the best running back room with Stewart and uh
D'Angelo Williams.
yeah, D'Angelo Williams, dude. What a
Yep.
fucking squad, dude. With Greg Olsen on the side. Anyways, you put them on the Eagles though, dude. Even with Saquon running with today's offense, that'd be crazy. And then Drew Brees and Nick Saban, what a fucking cerebral group that would be. I mean, if he can make Sean Payton look like a god, he could fucking make Nick Saban, especially with the Dolphins. Imagine if the Dolphins were good. You know, fucking just how dope that'd be. The Dolphins are ass. TJ, man, what fucking combo you got out there that you wish would happen or you'd love to see?
Now, hear me out, fellas. This is
Okay.
going to be the first hear me out of the podcast. We're going to punch some numbers into the time machine. Let me fucking set the scene for you. The year is 2000. Bill Belichick coaching the New England Patriots against the Buffalo Bills. Drew Bledsoe rolls out of the pocket and he runs towards the sideline, getting hit out of bounds. He's crunched. He's out of the game forever. In steps Blake Bortles. And there you start the Patriots legacy with Blake fucking Bortles. And my thought process behind this is I want to see Bill. I want to see the start, the first step of the Patriots dynasty. I want to see it with an absolute fucking chud at quarterback. Just a dude that doesn't give a fuck. He's ripping cigs. He's got lips in at practice of Copenhagen straight. He doesn't give a fuck. I want to see if it was really Tom all along, or if it was really Bill, or if it was a little bit of both. But give me Bill fucking Belichick, Bill football, and Blake Bortles.
I fucking love that because it goes with my argument that Bill Belichick he would have been able to do it, bro. And you put Blake Bortles out there, a goddamn dog, especially like you're talking like college fucking dog compared to fucking Tom Brady.
Just
Dude,
an absolute shitbird, like
dude,
just an
yeah, an
idiot.
asshole.
He's like,
Yeah,
well, you remember the clip of them asking him,
yeah.
like, Blake, what's the first thing you do when you get up? And he goes, yeah, probably piss. And it's like, yeah, sure, Blake. Like, I want to see, they say Tom Brady's like the supercomputer.
Yeah,
He can
yeah.
analyze the defense. Let's see a fucking Bill Belichick quarterback with absolutely nothing going on upstairs, just the cymbal monkey clanging around in his head, telling him to eat and telling him to sleep.
Dude, I love that, dude. You got any other ones with that? That's actually twisting now mine. I'm starting to think about like some dumb combos, like some fucking characters. You got anything else though before I go over to my fucking fantasy world?
No, man, let me hear
Dude,
yours,
Blake,
man.
no, I'm just saying, Blake Bortles, I'm like thrown off. That is not what I fucking figured. And I can't get the image out of my head of like that drawing of all of them going to the Super Bowl. The four quarterbacks, they're trying to say this year will be like that, with Nick Foles, Blake Bortles. And shout out to the Jags back in the day. Actually, my first one, I don't know why. I don't know why. I think you could put Gruden with almost anybody, but I started thinking Gruden with different quarterbacks. I really fell in love with like Gruden and Brett Favre because I was like, dude, just imagine how electric that'd be. But I said, fuck it, I want Gruden with Ben Roethlisberger. I think like that would have been just a fucking hard situation and keep him in the Steelers. Don't care. Instead of Mike Tomlin, fucking Gruden got hired. That's my fantasy here. Like, dude, and Gruden would still be there. Even with the email, still there. You know what I mean? Like that's how fucking legit this would have been. We're talking rings and rings and rings. I love the actually it's funny because I love the Cam Newton one because I was thinking, man, I watched Kyle Shanahan's offense with how he can make everyone look like a star. And
Mhm.
I'm like, man, could you like what if we had like that Cam Newton for like the Niners? Like a Lamar Jackson, a Mike Vick, like someone fast with a coach like that. Someone that's not like a Matt Ryan or Brock Purdy. The guys he had to deal with and the guys that he had. Also, give me the Sheriff and Bill Belichick. I want to see
Oh,
the
that's yeah.
difference between Tom Brady because we're talking. I like the human computer thing because Peyton Manning's right. Peyton Manning
Mhm.
might be like the guy when it comes to that, and to see like how good they could be like with that. People also say that Peyton Manning needed someone like Dungy who was calm and didn't yell because
Mhm.
Peyton did the yelling instead. But I'd like to see the hard coaching. Because Peyton Manning used to sit coaches out that weren't hard enough on him. Like he'd be like, "Hey, you gotta fire this guy. He's not coaching me." Like, could you imagine that? Like, you're trying to be,
Yeah.
imagine like you came up, you got a job, you're like, hey man, you're young, but like, dude, you're gonna be around Peyton Manning, bro, coaching with the quarterbacks, bro, like, live it up, embrace it, blah blah. And you're like, hell yeah, but you try to be kind. You're like, hey, what's up, Mr. Manning? He goes, what'd you call me? He goes, Mr. Manning. He goes, you call me 18 out here. Like what? like that'd be terrifying. Give
Snap the
me
fucking ball, Jeff.
yeah,
Jeff.
dude. Yeah, dude. I'd be fucking shitting myself. But give me those guys, dude. That's fucking awesome. And give me okay. Are you thinking like shitbirds, bro? Like, I'm hoping before Dan Campbell's up, he doesn't have like the straight. Like, I know, like they say Jared Goff's a dog, and he kind of fits Dan Campbell really well. Like Montgomery talks about him that way and shit. But I'd love to see before Dan Campbell's done as a coach to get like just the biggest fucking like Jackson Dart style dumbass kid.
I was just thinking like earlier today. I couldn't pick one, but I was thinking like, what would be the most toxic mashup you could have? Like where there's just gonna be fireworks for 6 fucking games because the two cannot fucking stand each other.
I like TJ's for that too. Blake Bortles
Yeah,
get his
yeah.
ass fucking chewed
Bill's like, this
out.
motherfucker don't think we're serious. Like he's not taking this shit
Bill
serious,
looking up to him too, all small and shit, throwing his fucking
man.
arms down. That's why I think like Gruden and like certain guys with Gruden, like Gruden and Roethlisberger would be like toxic in a whole different way off the field. I want the
Yeah.
whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I want the fucking building to catch on fire. I
Give
also
me
think
like for chaos, like how about anybody in Brett Favre? Like any real system coach and Brett Favre throwing like fuck it balls up 7 in the third quarter. Like they're
McVay and
Brett.
Brett Favre, dude.
Yeah, Brett, what the fuck are we doing out there, man?
I just like let's put Kyler Murray on the Steelers. Let's just see Tomlin not be able to handle that shit, dog. It's like Call of Duty dropped these late to practice. Tomlin's like, what the fuck is Call of Duty? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Fucking streaming and shit. Coach, I got to stream tonight. Can't make it to the fundraiser dinner. What? Oh, Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome. That was a good one. We'll ask the boys when they get on. I can only imagine the shit Clark's gonna fucking throw out there. But let's hurry up with the NFL talk. Let's get this done because our boys laid fucking goose eggs, boys. I'll just start with you guys first because mine will be short and sweet. We were injured. That's it. We're fucking injured. That's it. The Niners are fucking injured. I wish we didn't drop the game against the Jags. We have a nice schedule though coming up. So it's like, all right, the Jags Houston game, we dropped it, but we're going to get to the Giants. I think we could be 6-3 in a really tough division. Let's eye that wild card out with our fucking eyes. Even if we were good, we'd have to eye out the wild card. Like, that's just how solid our fucking division is. Go Niners. I think we're going to get the dub. Just ask me how we are next week. That's all I got. Houston had the ball the whole fucking time. That's all I got to say. Houston had the ball the whole fucking time. Was it Houston's come out game of being comfortable? That's the most comfortable they looked all year. Was the Niners that bad because we were losing guys? I don't know. And then when we have the ball in offense, those dink and dunks, and if you can't get first downs, that's just what it is. I think if we play Houston again, you ever play a game on the NCAA or Madden where you just fucking dominate a team and then, or like, they beat your ass, so you're like, fuck this, I'm not in the mood, so I'm going to quit it. You go back into that league to play your game, and you just dominate them because maybe just the right plays happen at the right time. That's what it felt like with Houston. It's like, okay, they just caught us. We can't do anything. But that's it. But let's get over to you guys. Patriots, Browns. The only thing that hurts me as a guy was I really thought the Browns were hanging in there for a second. I did. I felt it. And I thought, man, if this is any time for Dylan Gabriel to show that he has some balls under him, I'll let you guys talk about that because some of those throws, he's a little guy, ain't he? You talk about Kyle Murray. This is a little fella. Like at least with Kyle Murray, like at least with Murray, like he feels bigger when he runs around. You know what I mean? Like he feels like he has an impact. He's a little scared.
Mhm.
He just fucking does it. Dylan Gabriel runs around. It's like I don't know. I don't know. But interesting and shout out to Myles Garrett, 5 sacks, throwing his helmet around. Hey, buddy, I'm just gonna say this. I don't want to be the old dude. I understand he's competitive. He wants to win. You signed the contract. Hasn't even want to meet with your ass, and you signed the money. You knew what you did. You knew this shit was gonna happen. Get your 5 sacks, have a cool fucking Halloween decoration, and call it a day, big fella. You know what I mean? Just call it a fucking day. But I hate the word, but I digress, as always.
Man, let me comment on Miles real quick, man. I know, like you said, he wigged out on the sideline, man. How much did Miles sign that contract for, Eric? Give me the numbers on the contract, man. Because
All right.
let's do some fucking let's do some reasonable thinking here, man. Like me, I used to install fucking sump pumps under houses in 3 feet of mud for fucking $15 an hour with a smile on my face because I could fucking afford McDonald's on the ride home.
All
And we
right.
got
So,
this motherfucker can't lose a goddamn football game without crying his fucking eyes out and throwing his shit like a baby and going sitting on the end of the fucking bench. You're the best player on the team, and you wonder why we ain't fucking winning nothing. You're the fucking guy. All the rookies like look at you like you're a fucking superhero in real life. And you go and fucking pout and sit at the edge of the bench like a fucking loser, man. You're the guy that's supposed to fucking rally the troops. You set the fucking standard for all these cats, man. How much is Miles getting paid, Eric? What's the lowdown?
40 a year, roughly.
40
He's here to
$40
20.
million,
He's here to
man.
2030 because it was a contract extension, not a new contract. If that makes sense.
That motherfucker could buy a Honda Civic every morning for the rest of his life, drive it off a cliff when the sun went down, and wake up tomorrow and not have another fucking problem. I don't want to hear it out of Miles, man. And I know it's Mike's thing that Mike always bitches about how much he hates Miles. But I love the guy, but man, it drove a fucking stake in my heart seeing him be such a fucking pussy about that fucking game, man. And let me just cut my fucking promo on the Browns real quick. Like, as far as Dylan Gabriel goes, look, like if I was Kevin Stefanski, I'm going to sit down in my office. I'm going to say, go fetch me Dylan Gabriel. Go fetch me Shador. Go fetch me Bailey Zappi. Let's sit 3 guys in front of me and let's have a conversation. Dylan Gabriel, let me tell you something, brother. The next fucking time you sky 3 out routes, fucking 15 feet over the guy's head, I'm yanking you. Shador, you're going in. Shador, the moment you fucking drop 15 yards back and take 3 sacks for no reason, you're fucking out. Both of you 2 idiots will work on the Bedford Auto Mile next season, and we'll fucking start Zappy. At least Zappy knows what the fuck's going on, man. So I don't agree. I don't agree with some of the hate for the Browns. I think we got some injuries looking pretty rough for us with Schlesinger, Judd's shoulder's a little fucked up. So I'm really sad to hear that, and I'm not going to pile on and criticize any more about the Browns, man. But I don't think you can commit to DG going forward, man. I think you got to see what you got going on with Shador.
A fucking man, Eric, dude, I can't say nothing else. What are you thinking off of that, man?
All right, so TJ, I love the Bailey Zappi thing because I've seen that fucker play for the Browns twice last year. I know he ain't gonna do shit either, so I'm good on that. But I know I'm just fucking with you. But
fuck him.
I'm just gonna take some positives because like I watched the press conferences today with everybody. On the bright side, if there's a bright spot right now, it's none of the rookies look super banged up. Like everyone outside of Schlesinger's day to day, and Schlesinger has 2 weeks really now to get ready for the next game. So hopefully, worst case scenario, he's only missing 1 game this season. Because like we probably haven't talked about Schwest enough on this podcast, man. Like, dude, he's probably the defensive rookie of the year right now. Like that's how well he's playing for a linebacker too, especially. You know how hard that is to do as a rookie. It's like, but he's just going and taking. He's playing that well. So Judkins is day to day too, and that doesn't seem too serious. So just at least the young guys got out healthy so they can play the rest of the season. Kevin did kind of say today, which TJ we talked about a couple of times with the play calling thing. Surprisingly, Kevin said that he is going to consider, you know what Kevin says consider usually means doing it, letting Tommy Reese call plays out of the bye week.
Lovely. That's an interesting development.
And he also didn't commit to Gabriel starting after the bye week either.
It's funny you bring up Jack. You thought the Browns were hanging in there for a little bit because there's a running joke or I guess fucking tragedy about the Browns that we always look good offensively on the first drive because Kevin will script the first 14 plays. And once the script ends and he has to situationally call plays, it goes whack fuck and we look terrible and the game goes off a cliff. So it's just funny because it did seem like, wow, this first fucking drive, and it happens to me every week. It's like this first drive, man, we're danking and dunking, running the ball, we're moving this thing along. And then as soon as that fucking script ends, man, oh shit. We gotta dig deep to pull a win out of our ass here, man.
Bro, it's funny because like I don't watch like that. Like I don't. Like I watch because like I know what to look for a Browns team. Like who's someone that's spunky, who's someone fun. You guys actually have good rookies. Like you said, those injuries, it's sad because like when I tuned in, I'm like I want to see Judkins run the ball. That's what I'm tuning in for, to be honest with you. And see Myles Garrett get the sacks. Like God, as much as we were talking shit, like. Man, he at least makes the brand watchable as fuck sometimes. Like, you guys had a turnover in the first fucking play off one of the picks. Boom, he got a sack looking pissed off. I'm like, well, at least, okay, you can clap at something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I mean, Patriots are also on fire. So, like, to play devil's advocate, were you guys really going to win regardless? And it's not even like a no offense kind of thing. It's just the Patriots are kind of running through a lot of people and they have an easy schedule and they're not that banged up, you know?
Yeah, because I kind of like for me that game, man, like what I kept on telling a couple people was like, if you could have won that game, you probably could have changed the outlook on your season going forward before the bye week, especially. But losing it in the fashion you lost it in, that's when like you got it. Like if you win that game, you're 3-5. You're coming to play the Jets, the Raiders, and the Titans in the next 6 weeks after the bye. Which I'm not saying like you win but I'm saying you win those 3 and pick up a game you shouldn't. Dude, you're in the wild card spot and you're in the running for the division too, because the division's fucking god awful right now. And that's just the kind of win that could have changed the vibes around this team right now. I'm not saying drastically, but like going into the bye week with that win would have changed a lot about this Browns team the rest of the season, I think. And obviously it didn't happen. It went about as bad as you could expect after that first, like you said, TJ, after a scripted plays. Like,
I want to know. I want to know really the thought process in the 35-yard fuck it ball into double coverage. Like when we're trying to build momentum and the offense has struggled all year, I just want to know, like, Dylan Gabriel, what goes through your head when you roll out to the left and you see known jump ball specialist in air quotes Isaiah Bond running down the sideline with no fucking separation and just launch it in a double cover. I just want to know what you're thinking. And maybe you're not thinking, and maybe that's the problem. But fuck, man. I love them and I hate them at the same time, man. It's the same thing every week. I go through the whole spectrum of emotions with the Browns, man.
And if you guys don't mind me asking before we move forward, since this episode's gonna have a lot of different prediction things, and you put me on a spot, I still think Niners get a chance for the wild card. I'll believe that right now. The schedule's too easy to not believe it right now. But for now, what are you guys thinking? Just early prediction of just you saw what happened. Maybe with some of the bye week changes, you never know. But what's our record by the end of the year? Where we finishing, at least in your head, at this rate? Do you at least win a couple more games? You know, you guys got a tough schedule to be honest with you overall throughout the whole season. But I don't know what you have coming up.
I
I
think
think
five wins is what I'd say. I think they'll get five because I think your defense can win the Jets game, the Titans game, and the Raiders game. I really think you could score 10 points in those games and win those games because of how bad those teams are. That's just that, and that's like
Yep.
that's about it. If they won 6 or 7, then obviously that changed the vibes right now. But I think it's five.
I'm yeah, I'm kind of yeah, I'm right there. I worry now that Schlesinger's out. Like, I wonder if the defense is going to look different because I know like he's a rookie, but to be able to put a guy in the middle of the field at in his first year in the league and just not worry about that position at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's the communicator. He's the guy on defense. I wonder now if what's he out, Eric? 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. High ankle
So
sprain.
it wasn't as bad as like I saw some speculation that like if everything went well, he could be back the game the after the Jets game, which is obviously like best case scenario. But I haven't seen anyone committing like to that 4 week range, which is great because like you said, it will change our defense just because like he's been and I don't know if he's a captain calling plays yet, but I'd imagine he probably is if he's maybe it's Delpit though. But so I mean that's a good point. I just the injury doesn't seem as bad as we thought it was going to be, especially hearing Kevin talk about it today. So hopefully he's back. I'm gonna hope after the Jets game. I think he's definitely out for the Jets game, obviously. But after that Jets game will be the 3 week range. So if he's out 5 games, maybe the week 4 still, but let's just hope he gets back. Please. He's been a
Yeah, I
very
mean,
few bright spots.
3-4 wins, man, is probably it. I think we probably steal at least one of the two like terrible matchups between the Jets and the Titans. So that's probably it, whether it be 3-14 or 4-13, probably right around there.
Hell yeah, but if the Jets look like they did against the fucking Bengals, who knows what the fucking happened? Shit's fucking popping off all over. And people are starting to compare Glenn already to, Dan Campbell's start, which I think that's a stretch because at least Dan Campbell had players in a good GM office. But who knows, dude? Also, like, I want to see what happens if, like, Shadur balls out in those shitty games. And then you guys are stuck in a weird position with a shit record with a high draft pick of sorts and maybe he has a 350 yarder. Like maybe it's just one of those games. End of the season, guys get hurt too, especially talking DBs, which I think that's blowing out proportion these days. I was gonna bring that up to you guys. Like it's kind of funny how like back in the day when we were younger, if you lose a couple DBs, you were dude, it's gonna be a struggle bus. I feel like DBs are more common to go get now because that's the way the game is. You got a lot more guys that are built to try to handle that. They want to do man covers. They want to show how good they are. Noticed that a lot this weekend. Apparently, the Niners, our backups can't do that. But yeah, we'll keep pushing. Clark, man, if he's in the fucking house, Sir Michael, dude, we were talking about the Browns real quick. It came at a perfect time. I also would like to say it looks like you have the coldest fucking glass of water I've ever seen in my life. Can you show that on the screen real quick?
That bit, I already drank half the motherfucker. That bitch is hitting, man.
Oh, you got a brain freeze,
Oh
dude.
yeah, I
What
need it.
in the
Ooh,
fuck, dude? I feel like if I took a sip of that right now, I'd piss my pants, dude. Like, I swear to God, dude.
that
Yeah,
would
like I would just be like my nipples would fucking cut through my shirt. Oh my God.
gotta wet your whistle before the Browns takes, Mike.
I got
Look
a lot of
at you.
talk, man.
Woo.
Golly, I saw her put that down. He's gonna have a half a glass of water once it melts.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Oh, that
Just like-
motherfucker cold.
Oh my gosh, oh man! But we were talking about the Browns. They looked good in the beginning. I actually wasn't too fond of the whole like Stefanski actually scripts the beginning of the play or the beginning of the game, so they always look good in the beginning. That was a good take, TJ. I didn't really know it like that because it was so like I thought you guys were gonna be just fine. Because we kind of predicted that. We thought maybe this would be a winnable game. Some teams are due a loss. I feel like the Patriots are riding; they're kind of due a loss. Miles Garrett throwing a hissy fit. Clark, what'd you think about that?
Wipe his tears with his bags of money. Fuck you. Go throw your helmet. Dog, that shit gets me. And I get it, right? it is frustrating. He's out there playing his best, but like, I don't feel fucking bad or sad for the fucking guy. Like, sure, he had a great fucking game. That's his best game he's ever had. And like, I can understand where the frustration from that part comes from, right? Giving it you're all losing, but fucking cry me a goddamn river, dude. I gotta wake up tomorrow and go back to fucking work. Fuck you. You'll make more in that fucking game than I will in 6 years.
Oh
Fuck
my
out
God.
of here.
You would have loved TJ's rant, bro. He found his inner Clark and just spat it out, dude. He
I
did.
channeled you before I could
Yeah.
see you. I channeled your energy.
It
Yeah.
just, and like you said, it was a very close game till like halftime. I was like, we were bullshitting and laughing because one of our guys at work bet Gino. Gino said, I'll take $50, and if the Browns win, I'll pay you 250. And we're like, dude, you should fucking take that. Like, you might win $250. And we were all together for a clam bake, and we were like, oh fuck, Gino, you're gonna have to fucking pay out. And you know what it really was? The offense just that once again the turnovers fucked us, Put the defense in bad positions. If Malachi Corley is our top rusher with one carry for 31 yards, dog, that is not a winning recipe. And I don't know what the fuck Gabriel was doing, just fucking chucking those motherfuckers, but I don't know, man.
That's what TJ says. I want to go. I
Holy
want to know what's going
fuck.
on in your brain, bro.
Dog, that's like I don't even that's like someone playing JV and just saying, fuck it. I'm just gonna launch this fucking hoe. I don't know, it was a rough watch. I knew it was gonna be tough, and I tell you what, man, Drake May's a dang good quarterback. That motherfucker really can carve a defense up. Like he is surgical with that motherfucker. So shout out to them. I like that Vrabel was kind of talking shit after game 2, saying once they ran their little trick plays, they fucking do nothing to us. It's made me laugh. I really like Vrabel, and we kind of talked about earlier, even maybe it was yesterday about Cam Ward, the Titans. The Titans fucked themselves the minute they got rid of that fucking man, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great
100%.
coach. That guy builds a good culture. And that's really for like the Patriots moving forward from Bill Belichick. I think that's a really good step because he's still got that hard assness, but I feel like he's a good players coach. Like guys are gonna really want to play for that motherfucker because seeing him everyone saw him do it, and he ain't full of shit. So I think that's a good coach to have for the Patriots. They're gonna be a damn good team. They start getting some more offensive weapons at receiver and shit. That'll be fucking good squad. Will Campbell, I did feel bad for him though, man. That's gotta be fucking rough.
Yeah, it was a real welcome to the NFL moment
Yeah,
for him.
that's a toughie. But other than that, man, fuck the Browns. I think they're gonna win one more game. They ain't beating the fucking Jets. Justin Fields, he locks in. The Browns are fucking cooked, dogs. They're gonna run all over. Jerome Baker's gonna get his ankles fucking snapped, and I'm gonna be pissed off. They might not even beat the fucking Titans. Seriously, if Cam Ward plays like somewhat good, and we can't score no goddamn points, fucking 13 points from fucking disappointment, man. I don't know. Also, one last take. You will see Deshaun Watson on that motherfucking field this year. I will bet any amount of money you will see number 4 take fucking snaps. I guarantee it.
And I hope he goes for 400 and sends you guys.
Oh, you know he will. He'll play one game and throw for 450.
Hey, you guys get a draft pick out of him. Someone will actually trade for him now. You know what I mean? Maybe that's your guys' take. Just hey Watson, please play like lights out, dude. Like go crazy. We'll accept the first one out of town. You get to stepping. We'll eat the money. We'll pay you. You'll still get the checks. We'll write your Christmas cards. Oh my God, yeah, dude. Will Campbell. I mean, I saw a bunch of people talk about that LSU clip where he's talking about you're like a mailman if you give up more than 3 sacks. He was a mailman by the third quarter.
Like a cashier Dollar General now.
Hey man, it was good for him. It was cool to see it. I like seeing like young versus older. That's gonna be good for him. He's gonna be.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet he doesn't give up a sack next week over those reps. Those are good reps at that age, bro.
That's a teaching moment.
Yeah, those long arms for Myles Garrett, baby. You know what I mean? That dude was made out of a goddamn fucking factory.
Bro,
Yeah.
I wanna pat myself on the back real quick and call back to my first appearance on From the Deep, man. We were talking tackles pre-draft, Armand Membu, Will Campbell. I said Will Campbell's my LT1, man. If there was going to be a critique about Will Campbell, it's that he's a two-hand puncher, man. He's going to get stout, thick, his arms aren't that long, and he's punching with both hands, man. And it's just a recipe for disaster against Myles Garrett. Long, lanky, strong, explosive. So it's just funny how his weakness, his one strategic weakness, was really put on display this week with Myles, with some of the ghosts, and even they were trying to chip him, and it's just not. It just didn't do anything.
Yeah, you were spot on. I actually thought of you with that. It's funny you say that. Yeah, that's exactly what you said. Guys like Miles Garrett come across, and you're doing that. Hey, fuck it. They got the dub, dude. Go fucking Pats. I actually think it's wild. I was gonna bring this up to you guys before we transition to the rest of the league. I took a screenshot of this because I want to ask you what year it is. Um, Leader of the AFC East, the Patriots. AFC West, the Broncos. NFC East, the Eagles. NFC West, Seahawks. And then you got the Colts with the AFC South. Steelers with the AFC North. Packers with the NFC North, and Bucks with the NFC South. I mean, that one's a little thrown off. But dude, I was looking at that and I was like, this is like 2010. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like we're back. Like it's back. The Pats are back. Colts are back. Like we might get a Pats Colts goddamn AFC Championship game and fuck around. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking nuts, dude.
It really is.
Um,
Time's a flat fucking circle, dog.
Dude, when it comes to NFL, man, I don't think I would have predicted these leadership boards like when it comes to the standings.
Absolutely not.
No.
No, like I don't. I mean, of course, without knowing certain things, like the Bengals with their injuries, the Ravens with their injuries, the Jags are kind of weirdly good sometimes. They had a bye week this past week, and man, the Bears, like it's just kind of wild, kind of wild. All right, let's fucking push forward a little bit. Go Niners. I'll just say that one more time. I only had to say small, but we're injured and we play in a tough division. I'm just glad. I will say this though, when we talk about playoff talk, those head-to-head matchups are going to come in handy for the Niners. We just got to win those. We could drop some games like this one, and we can go a little bit over 500. I predict we win 11 games. I still trust like everyone on the team. I trust the coaching staff. Shanahan looked fucking devastated, dude. That's the first time I ever seen Shanahan sit there with his head down. Like he just didn't even have his head up for the whole quarter. I was like, damn, damn. And you're like, most of the time when a coach does that, you think he's giving up. You're like, oh fuck you, coach. You may No, every fan for the Niners was like, Coach, we're right. We're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing you could do out there. Um, I'm almost at the point where I'm like, put Kittle and fucking CMC in a goddamn bubble and sit him for the rest of the season. Like, let's just call it a scratch. We're not going to get everyone else hurt for no fucking reason. Push forward, NFL recap. I'll just go through. You know the drill, baby. Just fucking interrupt me. Tell me anything you got. I like to go in order the way the games go. Chargers beat Vikings. Vikings. I don't know if you guys saw. I didn't look into it, but apparently there's some controversy that Wentz shouldn't have
Oh,
played at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's bad. It's looking like so. Apparently, he got cleared by or he didn't get cleared right by the medical staff, and then got cleared by a team doc. It was something like that where they pretty much told him not to play. And that for me, I just was like, dude, how do they feel about JJ? The fact that they're rolling Wentz out on a fucking stretcher practically. Wentz hurt that shit against the Browns, dog. That was 3 weeks ago. That game was 3 weeks ago.
And you could tell he was in pain playing. Like he was fucking crying on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
He don't seem like a pussy. Like he's a North Dakota. Like he's a pretty tough dude. Like for a grown man to be crying on television from an injury and still play. And I think I might even fucking kind of tease him a bit. But to hear that and really like know the full story, like that's fucking hard as shit. And fuck the Vikings for doing that to him. Because truthfully, if it's that bad, he's gonna get surgery, he might be fucking done. That might
Yeah.
be it for him. That's a fucking sad way to go out for a guy that at one point was a perennial MVP candidate and a team that won a Super Bowl.
Did you
Now
guys see
he's-
the
yeah.
clip? Did you see the clip of JJ standing on the sidelines and the ball carrier goes out of bounds and gets tackled and he jumps 3.5 feet in the air over the ball carrier
Yeah.
and lands and they're like, "Oh, that high ankle sprain ain't that fucking bad, man."
Dude, he
It's like,
jumped too.
yeah,
Like
no, that was real shit. That was a real athletic movement, man.
yeah, that's
Like-
a hurdle. The motherfucker hurdle somebody on the sideline. You're gonna act like he's hurt. I saw that. I actually forgot about that. Good fucking pull right there. God, and
You
like I
already
didn't even
know.
put two and two together when I watched it. I just thought like they just weren't playing the kid because he sucked. No joke. Like I'm not lying. Like I really thought that. I thought, all right, look, he's padded up. He looks clean. He's got the whites on. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look at Coach Lowe coming in. Fucking this is if Keegan was in the movie Castaway. This is how you would pull up, dude. Shirtless with the lines hat. You found washed up to sea, bro. How we feeling, Coach?
Doing great, boys. I'm actually going to keep it short tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you boys laugh even more. So right now in the playoffs, so that's where all my focus have been, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Edison this week again. So we got him the first time. We'll see if we get him again. I know they're going to be coming after us hard because we snuck that last one from them. But yeah, hopefully we can get them again. We'll be in Edison this time, so we'll see how that goes. Got to stop the triple option again. But to celebrate the boys getting to the playoffs, I had to do it. I'm a man of my word. They got my hair, gentlemen.
No.
Oh,
I've
no!
not seen that in
Yeah.
years.
Years. I knew that you were gonna love that.
Oh
Yep.
my god!
deal's
So
a
in my
deal.
head, you have a ponytail still. Like
Yeah.
while you look at us,
Yep.
it's so.
Like a
Dude,
dude,
how's
I still
the-
got like the phantom thing going on. Like I keep wanting to do this or like check on it. Like
Oh,
nothing
shit.
there. Oh,
Dude,
so
how's
crazy.
the air feel? Like the wind
Oh, the wind feels great. I can't lie.
around the
And
neck.
the haircut is kind of nice though. Freaking, you forget how fucking nice it is to have short hair. Like
Oh, yeah,
tell
you're
you what,
lined up too, bro. Look at you,
feels
bro.
good.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
dude.
wild.
I gotta get
bro.
way more cleaned up in the back and on the sides. I didn't trust some motherfuckers with doing that. It's like you guys can take the 3 and go all the way around. That's about it, dude. I'll get lined up on my own time.
The hair's gone. We're in the playoffs, baby. You get a
We're in
nice
the
dub,
playoffs.
bro. Make it to the next round. Keep it fucking pushing. Got a winning record this year. That's PC fucking pride.
PC pride.
PC
Oh.
motherfucking pride,
And
dude.
I told the boys now too, told like the younger classmen, I'm just like, now the standard gets risen every year. So now that it's not just getting to the playoffs, now you got to win fucking a playoff game. Or if like how far we go in the playoffs this year, like you got to win that many and one more. Or since they didn't do it this year, if you win an SBC, maybe you can shave the hair then too. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like playoffs more.
Fuck yeah, dude. Now next time you gotta get creative. You gotta do like the mullet or something, like a victory mullet.
Oh,
Like
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, grow it out and then change it on them. Like
Oh.
surprise them. They think they're gonna cut it short, but nah, we're victory mulleting, boys. Put the little stripes in the side. You get ready for the playoff game, bro. Man, congratulations, dude. Get ready for that fucking triple option, and hey, be ready for them to spread it out randomly on you. You know how it is, bro. A lot of motions, H-back style. This is Ohio motherfucking football in October, dude. Late October football. I was telling the boys, man. You know what? Keegan's out here. He wants to share fucking Thanksgiving with these boys. Let's fucking make it all the way. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Man, I remember when, in our days, I don't like to go too deep into our days all the time on this pod, but it is funny. Coach told us when we made the playoffs, first time ever in school history, Coach goes, I'd love to have Thanksgiving with you boys. Let's win these games. I remember looking around and being like, I'm a dumbass. I'm like, what? When's Thanksgiving? And they were telling me the date. I'm like, we gonna keep playing? Coach, you tripping, bro. We gonna be here another 4 weeks, brother. You're crazy. But hey, you know what? This year, let's do it. This year, let's do it. You know what I mean? Playoffs are different now. There's a lot of teams in. Shout out to Ignatius getting in 1-9. Well, I don't understand the process. You guys see that? That's wild.
Oh, a team dropped out actually. John
Yeah.
Marshall, Cleveland team, said they were not playing in the playoffs, and Ignatius at 1-9 fucking made it.
Hey, fucking shout out to Ohio fucking playoffs, dude. Let's go. While we shout it out, shout out to you, Andy. We're going to fucking Bloom Carroll. Let's go get crazy. Let's get a dub. Keegan, man, while I have you, Lions they had the bye week this past week, and then you have coming up. Let me see here. Vikings at the Lions. You guys have a tight division, man. Everyone's kind of winning. Even the Vikings are controversial with their team right now, but they've had close losses. You're playing, I think, at Detroit, so that's a big fucking dub there. But how are we feeling? And I want to put you on the spot. It's the middle of the year. You guys have had an interesting year compared to last year. It's not nearly been just high rises the whole time. But I think that's a good thing, in my opinion. I think it keeps you guys on your toes. Do the Lions – I'm not going to ask you if they make the playoffs. I'm going to ask you, do they get a bye? Or you're playing in the playoffs. You got to win all the way through. I don't know if the Lions get a bye this year. Do you think you get a bye?
I don't know about the bye yet. I think that is still yet to be determined through our play. You know what I mean? I'd like to see us play the Packers again. Like once we play the Packers in Detroit again, I think we'll both be kind of like almost in playoff mode. So I'd like to see where we're at then. But as of right now, I would say no. I would not say that we're bye, but we are definitely a playoff team for sure.
Some home games. Yeah. Maybe a home game or
I'll
two.
be honest. I wouldn't mind much either. I'll be honest. I think it'd be kind of nice to freaking just keep freaking playing games and having that momentum, especially with the way that we play, man. I don't know how well we'd handle, but I mean, look how that worked out last year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you're anti-buy now, especially with
Yeah,
Oregon. Oregon got the dub against Wisconsin this past week. I mean, they didn't blow out Wisconsin, which is kind of
I
wild,
was
but
gonna say it was kind of rough.
yeah,
Freaking
it
almost
was.
721, dude.
What's Oregon's problem? Is it physicality, you think? Because Wisconsin's still known for a front seven, but like what is the deal with some of these close games against teams that probably shouldn't do it? Or is it sometimes I think Oregon's still getting their feet wet in the Big Ten against these matchups.
I see. I just wonder if it's our team. Like, I do wonder if our team's just like getting their feet wet still. Like they're like I almost wanted to say before that was like it almost seems like we downplay a little bit. Like we play to the teams that we play against a little bit, which I don't like. Like I don't know. I we got a weird feel for this team. I feel like we're like so young and still like immature. But like there's talent on this team. Like I'm not gonna
Mhm.
deny it. Like there's definitely talent and there's something to work with. I do wonder freaking if somehow, especially towards the end of the year, like when we see USC or something, like if we're gonna get like one more loss on the schedule and like we might not get into the playoffs this year. Like I could see that being pretty reasonable. This Wisconsin game gave me a lot more questions than it did answers. So yeah.
Yeah. And I was asking that because later we're still going in the NFL, but I want to make sure you can get off and do your thing. Are you going to stay on for a little while, or are you getting off here in a second?
Boys, I'm hitting the showers.
Hey,
Much
yeah.
love.
Wash
Good
your
luck
ass
this
and
week.
wash.
Good luck this week, brother. Good luck this
Good
week.
luck.
Yes.
Boys.
Use body wash on your forehead. You ain't got no hair no more. Love you, buddy.
Peace.
Peace.
I love you.
Oh man, his hair being cut. That's fucking gnarly, dude. Look at that.
Hey,
He's just
Jack,
like,
Niners just made a trade, by the way.
what we got?
Keon White from the Patriots. He had 5 sacks last season. I think he was well, off the top of my dome here, I think he was a 2024 second round pick. I don't remember where he played college ball, but it's an edge rusher.
Hey, let's get some pressure. We didn't get any pressure this past week, man. CJ Stroud was back there, fucking Jay chilling, throwing lobs like I was playing on arcade mode on Madden. Swear to God, dude, just waiting, holding the fucking ball, man. Anyways, we just went to the Vikings. Dolphins surprise win over the Falcons. Falcons are wishy-washy. That might be the definition of it. That division's odd, but I think the Dolphins. This what proves like why I like the NFL of just they're grown ass men. They're probably tired of losing. That locker room had a couple conversations. We're gonna win this fucking game. And they fucking did it. It's also cool to see certain jobs, like when coaches' jobs are on the line, they coach their ass off, and now they starting the guys that they should have started for the money. Now it's like I don't care how much money you make, you were balling at practice, get the fuck in there. You know what I mean? Like I love seeing it turned up like that. It's always good. Jets, man, crazy ass win. I thought the Bengals had in the bag. I wasn't even paying attention after a while. Um, God, the Bengals put points up. The Bengals apparently had a team meeting today or whatever this week for the defense. I think that's long overdue. I mean, that team meeting probably should have happened even last year. like, like,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, and I know that it's not always on the players. They didn't really set those guys up to succeed in certain ways, but man, whenever you're in the NFL and you put up 38 points, especially against the worst team and a winless team, you're not supposed to lose. But like Clark said, shout out Justin Fields. I he doesn't win a lot of games against teams that play well against them. Like I think his record against like good teams are just bad, and especially against teams that put up yards. But he fucking won the game, and shout out to fucking Glenn, dude. I just don't like seeing the 0 and 16, 0 and 17 teams. I don't know about you guys. I just think it's ugly for
Yeah.
the brand. I think it's just these guys work too hard to have that on their
It's
head.
bad for the league, honestly, when that happens. Like, I don't think it's good for the league because when you have more teams close to the middle of the pack, you can like advertise better games, better ticket sales. Like, not trying to get too deep there. I just
Yeah,
think
no, yeah,
it's a better product, you know? Like,
100%, 100%. Especially like when you're talking about like a team like with New York, right? Like this isn't like fucking. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but that Cleveland 0 and 16 team and Detroit's 0 and 16 team, they felt like 0 and 16 teams, and their market felt like an 0 and 16 team. Their uniforms look like an 0 and 16 team. But shout out Jets, man. Those guys worked their ass off. Eagles beat the Giants, man. Cam Scattaboo, it's done, just like
Not
that,
good, man.
just like
You
that.
see,
Like,
Jackson Dart was fucking upset. That's his fucking boy, man. He was screaming fuck. Which that kind of shit like breaks my heart watching because you can tell those two really bonded like over how they've played for that team, right? Like they're the two young guys that are leading them, and that's gotta suck, man. That's gotta hurt team pride. Everyone fucking loves that dude. And like I always see people ask when they get annoyed because everyone knows something. Like me and TJ had a buddy named Austin Hungerford who reminds me exactly of Scatterbo, dude. The same, just fucking thick running back was just fucking insane. And like that brings up team vibes, guys like that, and especially when you're winning and
Mhm.
shit gets going good. So it sucks as a fan of football to see a guy like that, especially a serious injury. I mean, that was fucking rough. Foot was just fucking hanging there. So shout out to him, man. I hope he gets some fucking good recovery time and it's back as normal next season.
We
And bro, his toughness ain't fake. Do you see? He handled it like a man. What were you gonna say, TJ?
Well, we talked about it before. Like I always reference like foxhole guys, man. Like when you're in the fucking foxhole and you look over, and Cam Scadaboo's got his face painted already and a knife between his teeth, fucking ready to go out there. You know, like he's just a guy that's gonna bring up everybody to his level. And like Mike said, terrible, terrible injury. That shit was brutal. But I have faith in him knowing he's an absolute fucking psychopath that unless they cut his fucking leg off and throw it in the dumpster, he'll be fucking back, man, and he'll be rocking again, man. And he's going to be one of those old timers whose fucking leg clicks every step they take, but you know, he'll have his fucking
Yeah.
he'll have his fucking glory and play
He-
out the rest of his
He's
career.
gonna tear
hopefully.
it in the preseason again because he couldn't wait any longer.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm playing. Fuck that.
Fucking Evil Knievel can't go through airports by the time he retires. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to go through the special side to get looked at. You know, they said that was a clean situation, like, and the surgery went really well. They said it was like it wasn't like the worst break type situation. So as long as he keeps his speed up, bro, and his knees stay happy, bro. I love their little pit bull thing. They even did it while he was on the Gator. Like that was cool. Like just one last little
Yeah.
time. Yeah, just hey man. Especially like when you're rookies. I bet like they've had a lot of cool little dinners in the last couple weeks where like they're just like, bro, let's work together. Like it's a new situation. It's a big city, a big market. Let's do this together. And now Jackson Dart's kind of on an island. And I don't think it's
Yeah.
good for Jackson Dart. Like I think he
No.
needs that stability if someone else is crazy with him. Hey, but shout out. I hope it's not good for him. Go Niners, baby. Let's see that fucking let's see that fucking trade work out. You know what I mean? But also we're playing at the Giants, so all the injuries that's already happened, let's keep it CMC.
Yeah.
CMC can't play, bro. Not in that field. Bills dominate Panthers. Another weird loss, dude. The way the Falcons lost in the Panthers, 40-9. I just think those type of victories are so rare in the NFL, dude. Like college score. Awful. Ravens get their second dub of the year over the Bears. Bears look sloppy. The Ravens finally looked like themselves a little bit. Another situation where I think the coaching job's kind of hot, so it's time to fucking get everyone out there and ball out. Yeah. What were you thinking, Eric? What was that?
If they were crazy enough to fire that fucker, I couldn't tell you the amount of money I'd pay him to come to Cleveland.
Oh, bro, yeah. Well, you know how it goes. It's kind of like the Andy Reid with the Eagles
Yeah,
situation. You
mhm.
know, like you can be good, but like if they're expecting better, you never fucking know. They have a good front office though, so who knows? Bucks beat the Saints. Saints awful. They're so bad. I think they're the worst team in the league. Worse than the Jets. Worse
Yeah.
than everybody.
Starting to show the rest of the season too. It sounds like that second round
Yeah.
pick they had. They're starting on the rest of the season. Sounds like.
Hey, I mean, hopefully Kamara's numbers can go up too. I heard his numbers look like ass, but he still wants to be there. It's kind of sad to see a guy get withered away like that. I think he's like the offensive version of Myles Garrett right now in a weird way. Like you're there, you like you've seen like the Bugatti sitting by a trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what we got going on over there. Speaking of that, the fucking Titans, they got a Bugatti sitting in the trailer at quarterback, and their ass. And with all the coaches changes, I hope the Titans can figure it out. But the Colts are that good. But the Colts don't play anybody. I love the take on Pat McAfee because I think of this a lot. People get mad at people's schedules, but they don't realize that that team usually is probably ass.
Mhm.
Like if that team's ass for a while, they don't get a lot of tough primetime games, you know, with the crazy environments. They just play random games. And their division, like everyone knows that division's kind of butt cheese at the time, you know, kind of like the NFC South. Broncos give to the Cowboys. Broncos are coming through. I know we'll talk about upcoming games. I think the game against Houston's going to be a big one. Broncos playing well. Packers ruin Aaron Rodgers' reunion. Can we say the worst uniforms I've ever seen?
Ugly.
Bro.
Ugly.
Like in the helmet, like at least make the helmet shiny. Like what's up with the matte?
Yeah, I know. It's
The-
fucking terrible, dude.
Oh my god, dude. You know what? I say we've talked about uniforms before. How about I don't see colors that well, but let's. Does it hurt to make the Steelers go with the blue uni? Use the blue on that thing, bro. If we're already busting these out, I'd rather see the
Yeah.
Bumblebees.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see, at least we don't have to see Ben Roethlisberger's fat ass out there in one of those.
Big chunky.
Oh, bro, when he had the stripes going sideways, it made him look like bigger than a goddamn double-wide fridge, bro. So you fucking big fucker.
Speaking of uniforms, I'm pretty sure the Packers are breaking out that leather look this week. The leather look helmet and the leather pants.
If they do it
Blue
the
on
right
brown.
way, I don't know. I like the Illinois version, so
Yeah.
so like if they could do it the right way, I don't know. The Packers can't really do anything with their unis, I don't think. Like, what's a good Packer uni? I mean, without using like, oh, just black and yellow. Like,
Yeah.
that's the Steelers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ugly. You guys got anything from this past week? Any takeaways before we push forward a little bit?
Yeah, so you were talking about the Colts schedule. I was looking it up because I was curious because I feel like they're just mauling over in teams. So the NFL average for a team this year on point differential is 2.6. Do you guys want to guess? It was plus 2.6. So like plus 2.6 for the winning team. Do you guys want to guess what the Colts is right now?
Plus 10,
8.
plus 15.
Yeah.
Plus 14 and a half.
Yeah, dude.
8 games in.
Here's a crazy stat I saw. Do you know they average the most points per drive this century, which is basically ever?
Oh my.
Points per drive, they're averaging like 3 points per drive right now. It's the most efficient offense in NFL history.
How bad was Anthony Richardson, bro?
Dog, yeah.
That's
How
a good
good's
point.
Daniel
How
Jones?
bad were you?
Hey, like fucking Saquon said, he always said, he's like, you give him a good team, bro. He's the man. I always loved that. He said that about him. He's like, he's the man. I saw Daniel Jones' highlight with the Giants where he trucked 2 Redskins players. Well, Commanders, sorry. Fuck
Yo,
him.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Keegan coaches the Redskins. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And they skinned his ass for it, bro.
Dude, yeah, it's fucking.
Scalped him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, watch out! Be careful over there in Ottawa County, Keegan. It's fucking crazy, dude. Fucking crazy. Oh
Man,
god.
Before we move on to some college, man, I wanted to say I really like Chargers running back Kamani Vidal.
Mhm.
He is playing himself into some serious money, man. For a dude that was like, wasn't he on the practice squad like coming into the season? He looks like a damn good player. I know they got Joe Alt back, so Alt takes care of a lot of work up front. But man, I really like how he runs the ball. And I mean, you're paying Najee. You know, you drafted Hampton. He's not going to be very long for the Chargers, Kamani. So I bet if you're a team, I don't know, insert middle of the pack team that needs a running back on the low, Kamani Vidal might be your guy, man. He went off this week.
Hey, maybe you guys.
Yeah.
Especially if Judge Shoulder is like just kind of weird, and just he has on games and off games. You need another running back. Buy
I would
Ford.
do anything. I would donate and sell my blood to not have to watch Jerome Ford play football anymore. You
I'm
can
gonna get
take
a
my
Jerome
blood
Ford jersey.
plasma. I'll let you. If it means to keep him off the field, I'll pay him myself in blood money.
Oh my god. Okay, before we get to college, just random upcoming games. Vikings and Lions, Niners, the Giants. Browns get a bye week. You guys get to breathe and relax. Watch some OSU football. See them beat the shit out of Penn State. We'll get to that. We got Ravens at Dolphins, Bears at Bengals, Panthers at Packers, Chargers at Titans, Falcons at Patriots, Colts at Steelers. I love Broncos at Texans, Jaguars at Raiders. A lot of weird games. Saints at Rams, Chiefs at Bills. Why is it not the primetime game? I don't give me the Chiefs in the primetime when they're playing just anybody. Give me the Chiefs in the primetime the way you're supposed to against the Bills, so I don't have to see the Chiefs all the time. You just give me the games you're supposed to. Instead, we got the Seahawks and the Commanders Sunday Night Football. Like Eric said before the pod, that screams 4-15. Like, that's awful. And then we got Monday Night Football. Cardinals at Cowboys. The Cardinals. Anybody, the Cardinals are the worst ran fucking organization, graded F by all the players. Like, make them buy their lunch every day. Like, dude, what are we talking about? At the Cowboys? What in the... Can you imagine being a Cardinals player, though? Having to, like they get, like, little, like... You know how, like boosters would give you, like, little baggies for game day?
Yeah.
Like, that's what the Cardinals get every Sunday morning, dude, with, like, a Rice Krispie treat and a fucking Slim Jim.
Yeah, and a banana. An old banana.
Yeah, and a fucking thing of chocolate milk or some shit. And then fucking... They get to go play at the Cowboys. where like it smells like a
Oh,
goddamn fucking restaurant as soon as you leave the locker room. And
yeah.
like it's just beautiful and everything's nice. Like, dude, that's just
That's a fucking that almost should be like if I'm the players union, I'm like, fuck you, you rich motherfucker. Start making this fucking organization right. That kind of shit drives me fucking nuts. It's like the same shit with the Browns and all the new stadium asking for money. Fuck you. I would run that so far up their ass. I ain't buying shit. You're making me fucking lunch. I make you so much fucking money, you rich cocksucker. That shit fucking drives me insane seeing that. Like, I couldn't even imagine being work that hard your whole life to go to get drafted by the fucking Cardinals. Now I gotta go buy a fucking Lunchables for lunch. Fuck you.
yeah, dude, Pop Tarts.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Think about it, bro. Think about it. When they sell jerseys, the jerseys always stick out in my head. A player works their entire life, just like you said. You've been grinding since Pop Warner bobblehead football, running around at 5 years old, through high school, through college. You've been the man. You go to the NFL. And if you sell a jersey, how many dollars out of that $120 do you think gets paid out to the player for literally their name? You're paying for a shirt with a fucking man's name on it. And I'm sure, what do they get? $5 a jersey or some shit? Like, it can't even, it's probably not even that. That sounds
Why do you think Harrison Jr. didn't want to sign it, bro? He plays for the goddamn Cardinals. That's a great fucking point. He didn't
It's
want the
2 to 4%.
Fanatics deal. Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't want the Fanatics deal because he goes, bro, look at this organization around me. I am me. This is my business now. This place
yeah.
sucks.
That's what I'm saying. And shy of literally selling an 8x10 picture of yourself, you can't represent your likeness any better than your last name on your fucking shirt, man. Like, you're literally selling the guy's fucking likeness and identity, and they get 2 to 4% for their life's work, man.
And for the fact that, look at this. Like, I don't think teams like that should be able to host the Super Bowl with that bad of a grade. How is it that there's Super
Absolutely.
Bowls in Arizona all the time and they collect on that money, but they don't take care
Yeah.
of their own players?
The
that
fucking
never make
owner's
it?
in his box yanking it with all his fucking dollar bills. And
Hey,
the players
like I
are
said,
getting fucking force it.
I think I said this during the draft pod, bro. I'm so surprised why someone hasn't grabbed an owner up and be like, "You listen here, old man." Like
Yeah.
like if I was imagine me size AJ Hawk type shit, fucking number 5th draft pick, bro, the middle linebacker from OSU. If you fucking said anything to me, maybe that's why I shouldn't have been that, right? I couldn't have been that because I would have been like, "What the fuck you say?" I'll walk, old man. I'll play for the Rocks League. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think I'll do? I'll be in his movies. I'll join the WWE. Like someone needs to say something. And shout out Buda Baker for sitting it out with the Cardinals that long. I think he's their longest reigning player, dude. He's so
Yeah.
good.
Like, even if you're Justin Fields, man,
Yeah.
Woody Johnson got on TV and was like, well,
Yeah.
no coach is going to look good with a quarterback playing like that. It's like, if you're Justin Fields, man, don't fucking disrespect me, man. Your name's
Yeah.
Woody. Shut the fuck up, Woody.
He was crying in his closet because he was so
Yeah,
fucking
dog.
upset they keep getting his ass whooped, and you're out here talking nonsense.
Yeah.
My fucking family heard you say that, bro. Don't fucking disrespect me like that. My mom read that shit. You gotta catch these fucking hands, man. They'll flip Woody upside down and shake change out his pockets, man. You motherfucker.
You know, I would say that's why I love the way the NBA stars can be sometimes, but that's a slippery slope now if you talk about getting the pocket change out, bro. They out here running that shit like it's a goddamn fucking Goodfellas. Oh my God. Well, that's a whole nother thing for another day. And hey, little birdie told me I'm trying to gather some troops for an NBA from the deep. You know what I'm saying? So if you boys are interested at all to pop up in that, baby, I got a couple boys lined up. For the fans out there that do watch us, if you like basketball, I got a little group that's getting together. We gonna hit it off with the season starting. Anyways, that's gonna get crazy. Anyways, let's push forward. Lamar Jackson comes back. Random news there. And then Kelsey ties Priest Holmes with the Chiefs TD leader. I thought that was pretty cool. I know a lot of hate comes out to Travis Kelsey, but the Chiefs have some dogs out there, bro, like in their history, especially on offense. I'm talking about like the Trent Green days, Priest Holmes, all those boys. And for Kelsey to last as long as he did to do that, it's pretty cool. I mean, he's not the biggest like leader for everything. Like, I mean, was that Tony Gonzalez? I think doesn't have every record known to man until forever. And the fact that people can I say something? Antonio Gates got in trouble. This is usually what Clark says. But Antonio Gates is on the poker table too, apparently.
Yeah.
And I just want to say something that's a little controversial before we go to the college football. When people start talking about Mount Rushmores or top fives for tight ends, I understand putting Antonio Gates in there. I get it. But if you have a list that does not include Tony Gonzalez and you kick out and you have Antonio Gates instead, and you talk about how Gronk was the first real tight end, you're not, and you probably didn't see 9/11 growing up. I don't want to hear it, dude. The amount of arguments I've been on social media where they're like, "What about Antonio Gates?" I'm like, "What?" Like John Gruden's top tight end list, right? Like where he talks about like the Mike Ditkas, like those guys have to be on that. Like without those guys, like there's no like it's what the Mount Rushmore's supposed to be. The guys, the founding fathers of this bullshit. And like people don't even know. Like I don't even defend. Like I know people know what Club Shay Shay is, but I don't even think people understand how good Shannon Sharp would have been today. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
Like,
God,
are you
yeah.
like he would have been like Gronk-esque. You know what I'm saying? He really would have, especially with the blocking involved. And he played special teams his first couple of years, hitting people. Could you imagine being on special teams and you don't know who this kid is from some small
Huh.
college out down south, and he just smacks you? His name's Shannon Sharp. That's just amazing. Anyways,
Bro,
speaking.
but like as football, like the with the tight end thing, that fucking conversation is so weird because like as football spread out through the '90s into the 2000s, into the 2010s, into like the modern game today, like the quality of tight end is really different. Like when we were growing up, every dude, Algie Crumpler would have fucking 3,000 yards receiving in this fucking time period, bro. Algie was cold, bro, and he was like a fucking no name in those days, man. In the Tony Gonzalez, Dallas Clark, fucking Jeremy Shockey days, man. So like I feel like that position is like we're kind of rediscovering that, and Travis Kelsey was kind of the first of the modern era where they're like, oh yeah, if the tight end sits down into the gaps in the zones, yeah, that's a good that's a good way to get people open. And it's like this is what we were fucking doing in 2006, and everybody did it. So the tight end conversation is just weird for me, man. We got to put some respect on the old head tight ends.
Oh, I swear, and also people understand. So I love when if you ask any great tight end of like their key to success, they always say is where they got drafted or what coach
Oh
believed in
yeah.
them. Like they're like, if I would have went anywhere else, I probably would have been blocking. You know, I think about guys like that, or I think about the randoms that maybe aren't that good. Think of the Hoopers, like Hooper.
Yeah.
Like someone that he's probably a couple coaches away earlier in his career being a whole different look at as a tight end in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Or like the Andrews of the world with the Ravens. I feel like now he's older, but he was slept on for a while during his come up too. Like people don't look at him like that. Hey, fuck it. Shout out George Kittle for being the last real tight end. You know what I'm saying? George Kittle out here blocking motherfuckers. George Kittle came back from injury and purposely said he didn't want to run a route because it was hammy. So he just started blocking people, bro. What a fucking ball player. Let's go. Let's go into college. We're going to get into the brackets. We're going to get into all kinds of shit. We'll be able to speed through what happened because, we didn't really have a lot of crazy action going on for OSU and the Irish. And we just talked to Keegan about Oregon. I just want to bring up some random shit before we push forward about the playoffs and just where we're at with college football. But we have, I was really hoping UCLA would do something against Indiana, man. It crushed my hopes and dreams. I was hoping some college football magic was going to be in the air that day. Did not happen. Also, Texas A&M gets Brian Kelly fired. I want Clark to be back for this one a little bit. I want to see, take his brain about some Brian Kelly. Also, very happy about just the fact Texas A&M's just that good. Let's go Irish. It's a win-win for the Irish. Clark, I just brought up Texas A&M gets Brian Kelly fired. Man,
Good. Fuck him.
I heard that he had a huge, like, they weren't even going to fire him right away, but he got in a huge fucking argument with the AD right away, which led into him just pulling the trigger because he was already probably going to get fired. So typical Brian Kelly fashion, he fucking loses his fucking top, bro, and fucking goes the
Yeah.
fuck off, gets a
Old
red.
red face.
Yeah, he gets all fucking he just gets mad. And I saw pictures that right after he got fired, he went straight to his favorite barbecue restaurant for one last meal in Louisiana. He was by
Fuck
himself sitting there with some goddamn Sperry's on, dude. I did see a quote that I liked a lot was most people that coach for LSU in our lifetime, they look like they just love LSU. I think Brian Kelly looked like he loved being LSU's coach. It's not that he loved
Oh
LSU.
yeah.
Like he loved having that SEC tag with banners up that weren't his. Um, but I think if I'm Brian Kelly, go back to your roots, like the Cincinnati type ordeal. Go somewhere smaller, run that shit. You'll probably make the playoff. He'll probably be a watch. He'll make the playoff with some Memphis, Some random
Oh, yeah.
team out there that's going to get Brian Kelly. He's getting paid out the ass. I also heard his deal's a little nicer than Freeman. Of course, Franklin has a deal where it's like, hey, you got to work, buddy. You got to figure something out. Like, you got to do something. Brian Kelly's like, yeah, we just owe him the money. I think that's wild.
I saw today that a donor came forward from LSU and is paying the whole payout. The school ain't got to chuck up a single fucking cent. A donor's gonna pay all $57 million for his ass to walk.
Yeah, some
Can you imagine that?
some Louisiana fucking sugar empire farmer.
I hope
some
him and
old
Brian
time.
Kelly got like an argument 2 years ago at
And
like some
to
fundraiser.
and
What's
to
the
all
little
The
what's
monocle.
yeah, monocle. He's got
Yeah.
or he's like watching the games through those fucking handheld
Got the long
binoculars.
cigarette holder.
I do
Mr.
say
Kelly.
that, son. Like Foghorn Leghorn. We must disband from this Brian Kelly endeavor. Looking through his fucking glasses. And I wish it was anybody else, because fuck Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly, by all accounts, is a fucking awful human being.
Yep.
And like just a terrible guy. Just a
Yep.
fucking sad sack of shit. But I have to say, I have to add the caveat that like, he's lost to like number 3, number 7, and number 9. And I've seen other coaches say like, what, we just can't have a regular like season now? Like that's regular shit. The standard gets so fucking high.
It was like Kirby Smart. No, it was somebody like that.
It was
I saw
Kirby.
that
Yeah, I
quote.
think it was
Was it
Kirby.
Yeah,
I
he
think
said,
so.
where is the balance here, right? That like you're expected to do well, but he also did play a hard schedule. So like it is a very weird thing. How do you balance that in today's game, especially with people wanting success immediately? Where does somebody like, here's a great example, Marcus Freeman. And he was a little bit different because he lost to some shit teams, but this year he's lost to 2 very good teams. And as we all know, for a little bit, started up again. Here we go, Marcus fucking Freeman. But you know what cures that all, dude? Is just winning fucking football games. That's really what it comes down to.
I think it's how you sell it. I think some
Yeah.
coaches get caught up because they have to sell their team for the money, for the recruits, and they kind of get lost in that where they lose their identity within what they're selling. So if they don't win, it looks worse. Like people know, like I'll bring up the Michigan loss for Ryan Day as well. He's kind of that same thing where like Freeman and Day have a different feel for their teams because they don't try to oversell you on their product and what they're doing. They own their losses. They really don't make a lot of excuses about anything. They also take care of their guys, like that are in house, their coordinators and their team. And it's their brand of that they're only trying to sell to players and to the fans, but they're not trying to sell this giant thing. So, like, if they do lose, it's like, you know what? We got a good thing going. We got good recruits. We got this. We got this. Brian Kelly came in off the wrong foot already. And then you have a couple bad losses with it where he's trying to oversell the team. They overhyped the team so much so where I was even saying they were going to be pretty good after the Clemson. I thought Clemson would be better.
Yeah.
But I know TJ rings in my head because he's like, dude, I would like to say, like, everyone thought LSU was that good. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you oversell what you're doing, like, it's also a hit or miss gamble wise. Look at Lane Kiffin. He could easily look terrible. Lane Kiffin could look awful, but he wins at the right time, and he also knows when to tone it down and be a human. Kirby Smart does the same thing. They all learned that from Nick Saban. You can tell who's with Nick Saban or not when it comes to handling those type of situations. Hell, I'm not the biggest Sarkisian guy, but how he handles his whole situation in Texas overall isn't actually that crazy. He's just like trying to answer for the kid, trying to answer for ours, trying to answer for the program. And Brian Kelly never did that. Look how much even when Brian Kelly won when they went 2-0, they started criticizing his team and he got pissed. Why don't you guys talk about how good we are? It's like, all right, then be good consistently. Well, you couldn't do that. And yes, you can't win big games. Everyone's talking about it. Everybody. Off of like TJ's point and everything, like it's kind of crazy to me too. It's like, or like even Clark saying the standard and all this shit. Who are you guys gonna hire? I'm very confused. And also, is college football's popularity kind of inherited fans that weren't really a part of our days? You know what I'm saying? Because when they're like, oh, Nick Saban, call him now. I'm like, do you guys understand that? Like, that's not, like, do you get that that's not happening? I think it's cool that you're 17, 18 years old and you're a freshman in college running a cool college football account with 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But it's like, I see all this stuff everywhere. Even ESPN, like, oh, they're going to call this and call that. I'm like, that's not the way this works, guys. It's just not the way it works.
There's over dramatized bullshit in like every form of news. And I feel like it's just made its way to sports, where that shit gets a lot of clicks and comments and engagements where they're like, could Urban Meyer coach fucking LSU? And it's like, yeah, How old is he? Fucking 70? Like on fucking TV with his tiny glasses on? You know, like
Hey,
his
he wasn't
wire
70 with
rim
that
glass.
girl in that restaurant, dog.
Fuck no.
He was
Giving her the goose,
he was
man.
42.
Come on. That's my ball coach, man.
42.
Look at it. The pride of Ashtabula County, Urban Meyer, man.
Ugh.
Fucking
Hey,
A.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I had a lot of birthday dinners at the Chop House. That's a great place to go get a steak.
Say
dude.
less.
That's a
Fire.
great place to go get a steak.
Fire.
I will say though, I am a sucker for dumb shit, and if Urban Meyer says fuck it, lace me up for Florida for 3 years, I will be tuned in. I will be tuned in. Like, let's get crazy out here. And next thing you know, Miami's gonna suck again. That's what's funny about Florida. Some of those teams rotate. You can tell who's like got the recruits. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's Miami's time right now. Also, Miami. Can we say worst uniform ever? Like we said the Packers, but dude,
Yeah.
that what I don't know. Maybe my color blindness makes that look even worse. But those boys look like some fucking dog threw up peanut butter.
I hate
I
to
went-
I hate to be the fucking millennial and say like, guys, image and fucking drip is like important. Like, this is fucking the U, baby. It's like the Dolphins used to ask these cats to get them into clubs, man. This is the U. We got to uphold some drip, man. Getting off the plane in the camo fatigues type shit, you know? And then they trot them out there and that shit. Just awful, man. It's just a bad
Awful.
look.
Bad fucking luck. I just want to bring that up, just random. Fuck Brian Kelly. I am scared though, Clark. The LSU job is one of those jobs that makes me perk up for Freeman. You know, he said no to Penn State pretty harsh. I don't think he would go anywhere, but with not having a lot of people around and the kid, like, hey, he's a family man with 13 fucking kids or whatever the fuck it is. He gets handed that fucking 18 mil a year type crazy bullshit guaranteed because someone's gonna pull the trigger. If they're like Eric said, if they're willing to buy motherfuckers out, people are gonna be throwing bands at these boys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bands to
And
make Freeman dance. Dude.
that it'd be that one and Ohio State are really the only two I'd ever really get nervous for, especially if Ohio State came knocking. I mean, I wouldn't even be upset with him at that point. I mean, I would be mad he left, but that's his alma mater. And like I said, it's fucking Ohio State football. I'm sure they would pay him out the ass too. You know he's got the recruiting power there. LSU and Ohio State are really the only two in my mind that could probably match him. I don't think he'd want to go to Florida. I don't know.
No, he already said no. He said no to
Yeah,
Florida. He said
I
no to
don't
Penn
think he
State.
would. So LSU is really the only one that I think that would maybe have a chance. They would probably do the same thing they did to Kelly, where he said, "I'm not leaving unless an angel drops a bag of money on my lap," and which they did, and which they do the same thing to Marcus Freeman if possible.
Oh yeah, there's a that having that private schedule and that fucking independence mixed with the money, it makes it a big deal.
Yeah.
Coach Day, stay out of the NFL. You guys got anything before I push forward through the schedule real quick? So
I
real
just
fast?
like I just wonder real quick, like, because I know none of us, maybe someday we will, but none of us have that conflict inside of us where we're working at a place forever and then somebody goes, "Oh, hey, here's $75 million guaranteed for 11 years of your life. Like, why don't you throw away everything you're working on and everything you love and come over here and do this?" And it's like
Okay.
none of us have. I have no fucking clue what would happen. It'd be really easy for me to say, "Fuck yeah," you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't have like the relationships with the boosters and with the parents and with the student athletes and with stuff like that. So with your like with Freeman, like I wouldn't. I know Mike said LSU and Ohio State. Ohio State's kind of different because that is his alma mater, but I don't know if you could confront him with enough money to make him switch up, man. He seems like a team guy, and he seems like he's kind of dunking his roots down into the dirt, man. For ND, you know, I don't think Freeman's that kind of guy. I think you guys are real safe if Ryan
Yeah.
Day stays at Ohio State.
Oh yeah, this is the only one that perked my ears. Hey, shout out to Notre Dame University. It's been ranked the best place to work in America for like the last 15 years or some shit. So like, if we're not just talking money, we're talking culture out there. It's not that big of a university, mixed with the fact that like, hey, not just me saying as a fan. When we talk about these brands of LSU, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Alabama, we're talking that's real blue blood type shit there. Where like those are all the dream jobs. And I think it's kind of funny that some of these guys are getting fired where it's like some of these universities don't understand that like some of these guys already have their dream jobs. You ain't going to be able to rip them away from that. Like these are big brands that they're in control of now.
The thing I'm kind of excited with this LSU job is now we know the first domino that's going to fall on this head coaching search.
Yep.
And I think all lanes are kind of pointing Kiffin right now because it seems like everyone's pulling after him. especially in those SEC teams. But that's why I'm not happy it happened, of course, because like it's really early in the season. We got to wait a long time for something actually happens.
Yeah.
But I just think that's clearly going to be the first domino to fall, and then we'll probably see Florida and Penn State fill in, and like, but like to the Penn State people, like that's the difference, man. Like Penn State put out those feelers and got immediate no's. LSU put out feelers, and you haven't seen anyone say no to the job yet.
That's a great point.
I mean?
Yeah.
100%. Let's push through and then let's talk some playoffs, dude. Alabama survives South Carolina. Thought it was awesome. The crowd tried storming the field. They were waiting for it. Didn't happen. Hold on. If you hear a loud noise, that's my fucking tiger in the back. They call me Joe Exotic out here. Georgia Tech stays undefeated. Teams like that are pissing me off because I wish Notre Dame was on their schedule so we could beat them again because we beat the shit out of the same team last year. I will say this, and I say it a lot. It cracks me up. Notre Dame has a terrible schedule every year. But isn't it ironic that the teams that usually play Notre Dame on and off, when they don't play Notre Dame, they somehow have an undefeated record or one loss, and they look so good, and they're in the top 10? Fuck off. And Georgia Tech, if you stay undefeated, you're not leaving room for us. Ole Miss gets by with OU. I love Lane Kiffin getting into it with that player after the game. I thought that was dope. You can tell he likes that kid. I love that even afterwards, I think Cloud was talking about where like Lane was acting like he didn't know him. He was, oh, him, number 0. It's like, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I even saw people being like, fuck it, Lane OU, because then people were just mocking the fact that Lane's going everywhere. Miami runs it up against, was that Stanford? Yeah, that was bad. Vandy stays undefeated against Missouri. Missouri, man, tough schedule. That's a real SEC type issue there. If Missouri plays in the Big Ten, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Like if they replace Nebraska type shit, man, it'd be good.
Their quarterback snapped the fuck out of his leg, too.
Bad.
Missouri, that shit was
gnarly,
I
didn't see that.
Yeah, they put him in a wheelchair.
Snap that motherfucker into a million pieces, man.
Texas Tech lost their quarterback too, I believe, from what I saw.
And they dominated. I don't understand Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State must have had a huge issue with their coach to fire him after 20-something years and only have one win.
Yeah.
They saw something we didn't. BYU stays undefeated against Iowa State's coach. He's going to be looked at too. There's one of the coach carousel guys. Texas Tech dominates. Yep. North Carolina loses a wild game against Virginia. I love the goal on Bill, baby. Just go for it. Fucking win the goddamn game. Fuck them all. Like, I love that shit. Fucking, he said, I'm leaving this bitch anyways. You guys want to win a game? Honestly, I was shocked to see that North Carolina even had a win. I thought for some reason they just hadn't even won yet. Like in the back of my brain.
Real quick, I just saw that LSU was able to get Kelly's buyout down to $27 million due to violations of his morality clauses in his contract. They haven't released what the fuck he did yet, but it's down to half now what it was. And they're gonna meet with him Sunday to cut him the check. And everyone's like, "What the fuck? What could have happened?" So like, he lost $27 million. So what the fuck did he do? There had to been something else that happened behind the scenes we haven't heard about yet. I'm sure, like we all heard about the fight. There had been something else going on for it to be this sudden to lose half of your buyout.
I wonder if it's like an agree to a buyout too. Like, hey, they're like, hey, we're gonna say like. Whatever they're gonna say, like, hey, we're just gonna cut you a check now instead of you catching a bunch of smaller checks over the course of the next 10 years.
Yeah,
we're just gonna
like
give you
lottery.
a lump sum right now.
Yeah,
and like you can have all this money now, but like this is all we're willing to do that for. I wonder if Kelly's like, yeah, you know what, fuck it. Like,
well, that's how he's gonna get. That's how he's gonna get a job, though. They're like, hey, if this stuff gets out, you ain't getting another coaching job.
So take the money, 100%.
Take the money. You can still get paid somewhere else.
I
he probably
feel
fired everybody that didn't have a southern accent.
That could be like a weird backstabby move from LSU to like maybe they knew he was doing something like a rules violation or something and they sat on it.
Yeah.
Until the time came to fire him and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, this will shave $20 million off the buyout."
Well, when you got rid of half the building, I can only imagine like some of the weird, even when you start getting business like 401ks, retirement, transfers of money, all that weird shit. Like if Kelly was firing everybody that worked there for 20, 30 years, I can only imagine that might have been not part of things too. And it cost the school money. It probably cost school a good amount of money to figure that stuff out. Probably buy out other people with their own contracts. You know what I'm saying? You can't just fire everybody all the time and then think it's just free money for you. I also saw their D coordinator got fired, and a bunch of apparently it was supposed to be about they wanted Freeman to fire some coordinators before they fired him, and he said no. That's shout out to him. He's also the same guy that left Cincinnati when they were ranked fourth before they had a
Yeah.
chance to win the title.
Yeah.
Like he'll literally go to a national title game and he bounced to go Notre Dame, and he
See you,
killed it.
motherfuckers.
He killed the kid. Let's go.
Yeah.
Uh, Right, sorry, I have a. Oh, she's freaking out.
Hello.
She look how big she is now.
Rawr.
She did that not make her happy. Anyways, she is pissed. That's what we call a trailer park cat, ladies and gentlemen. Tennessee beats Kentucky. Memphis bounces back. I kind of knew Memphis would do that and throw a loop for South Florida. Louisville beats Boston College. Louisville with the one loss. Teams like that are going to be very interesting to see where they lay in the final, especially when you get Georgia Tech undefeated. Louisville. ACC looks stronger than you think, or is it kind of a Big 12 situation where you got some good teams on a shit conference? Cincy stays relevant and beats Baylor. They're another one. One loss. Texas barely survives against fucking Mississippi State. I don't know if you guys watch Barstool and stuff. That one older dude down there cracks me up. He's a Mississippi
Ohio
State
State fan. He's an Ohio State fan.
Yeah, and he like always cheers
Yeah.
for Mississippi State shit too, and like that or whatever he was doing. That shit was funny. Washington finally gets a ranked win. I think maybe this pod always kind of knew Washington was a little better than Illinois at this point. I kind of thought that would happen. Look at this though. So Washington wasn't ranked, right? But Arizona State was, and now Arizona State already has their third loss of the year. Arizona
Yeah.
State, terrible. Michigan beats rival Michigan State, which I kind of knew that would happen. But dreamers can dream. I like a good Michigan State upset against Michigan if I ever get the chance. It always makes me laugh. Let's go. All right, let's fucking get this fucking playoff bracket shit while we're here, bro. Before we wrap up this pod, I mean, we got Penn State and Ohio State. We know what's going on there. Notre Dame playing Boston College. We know what's going on there. Shout out Billy O. We're gonna get the dub. But let's go into the playoff a little bit. Let's have some fun with it. What are we rolling with here, Eric?
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of run through the games for the top 12s that are left on the schedule. You guys help me pick them. We'll just do majority vote wins most of the time. I won't vote, so we're not even on any votes. Cool. And then we'll build the bracket at the end and just see we'll build our own bracket. So we'll say, fuck it, this is from the deep bracket. As of week 10 this week? Am I wrong there? Week 9 maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
But okay.
Send me a screenshot of this shit if you have it up too.
I will.
So
I'll plan on it on my phone afterwards.
Hell yeah.
So do we think Ohio State and Indiana meet in the Big Ten championship? You guys think that's safe to say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's who we'll have in the Big Ten is Indiana versus Ohio State. And then the SEC, A&M is currently number 3, and they play 6-2 Missouri, and they have Texas. They're at Missouri and at Texas to end the season this year. 2 games on the road. Notre Dame, you guys played them, so I want you guys' opinion first and foremost about A&M if you think they pull out both of those games against Missouri and Texas.
Yes. Missouri struggled and their quarterback's down, and Texas, I mean, every week I'm shown that they can't win. So.
Okay, cool.
But what was that? I don't even think his brain recognized he said it.
He had a thought for a second, but then he attacked himself or something.
Clark's last words.
Okay, so then at 4 and 5, we have Bama and Georgia. Bama has LSU at home, Oklahoma at home, Auburn at home to end the season. And then Georgia has Texas at home. And then they're at Georgia Tech at the last week of the season.
Ooh.
Can I throw a caveat? I mean, you guys can say I'm wrong, but if Vandy keeps winning, they can get a chance to.
No, absolutely. Vandy's games left they're at Texas and they're at Tennessee.
Yeah, they could do it. Vandy could do it.
My brain says Alabama versus Texas A&M.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Same here.
That's my brain. My brain says that. My heart says A&M versus Vandy, and A&M runs it on Vandy. But that fucking kid's stud, bro. That quarterback for Texas A&M.
And now this is where we're gonna get into all the fun shit.
Yeah, let's get.
Now we're gonna have one loss. Georgia have to beat Georgia Tech most likely, set at 5 out of the SEC championship. And we're gonna have Oregon. Oregon's last toughest game left is against USC. Keegan already said he's kind of worried about that. But besides that, they're at Iowa and they're at Washington. But I think Oregon will win both those games. I just think they're too well coached.
Yeah.
And then we'd have Ole Miss still at 7-1 as well. The SEC finish is going to be crazy this year, man.
Who they play?
That's the biggest wild card of all.
Ole Miss, so that they have SC at home, Florida at home, and then they're at Mississippi State the last game of the season.
So they can win out.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then we have Georgia Tech, who's still undefeated, like Jack was saying. I wish they would have lost to clear some shit up for the Big 12. Big 12 is also going to be wild because I think we have BYU undefeated. Then we have an undefeated it's one loss Cincinnati, one loss Houston, one loss Texas Tech right now.
Wow.
So BYU could creep up into that bye week range if they do win out. They have Texas Tech and Cincinnati left on their schedule, and they're at both of those games.
Ooh, and those are the other two good Big 12. But I've only watched 2 BYU games this year. They're a pretty fucking good team. Like I can see them pull. I think they're well coached.
They were good last year too.
Yeah, I think BYU's probably going to pull through on that.
Okay, so let's say BYU stays undefeated and wins the Big 12 just for shits and giggles then.
Yep.
And then we still have Tech. Do we think Tech's going to win the ACC? It'd be between that Virginia,
Or
Louisville,
Big
and Miami.
You talking about Tech's and Big 12?
Georgia
right?
Tech, Georgia Tech.
Oh, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, sorry.
I think by then I love Georgia Tech, but I think Miami beats Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think when you start talking those type of situations, I think if we're talking Texas A&M with their matchup probably winning the SEC if they keep this up, especially after the dominant win against LSU, and you're talking about Miami beating Georgia Tech with only one loss at that point, I'm going to say it now if we're going to start getting in for the guys that are barely getting in. I think a one-loss Georgia Tech team in that situation, lose against Miami, depending how they lose, they don't get in over a 2-loss Notre Dame. That's a controversial.
And then Georgia Tech would be the 3 seed, right? If they beat Miami, could probably go on into they get that one of those bye weeks, don't you think?
Georgia Tech?
Yeah, if they stayed undefeated.
The
Or
playoff,
you're saying Miami won? I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying even if they go undefeated, there's a chance. I can see the committee still fucking them over, since they could pick whichever school they want in the top 4.
Yeah.
That'd be one of the schools that does get fucked by them. But I say Miami does win, and I think that's where the committee definitely bounces Georgia Tech out. If we're talking Texas A&M and Miami being conference champions and Notre Dame winning out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point.
And then BYU's the weird one, but they're going to win the Big 12 because they're not nearly as competitive as they.
Yeah, so they're going to be in. We don't know where they're going to be in at, but they're going to be in.
Or Texas Tech could beat them.
Yeah. Texas Tech got the money. So then, if we were seeding based off the picks we'd have right now, I'd say winner of the Big 10 probably 1 seed, right? Between Ohio State and Indiana, because nobody thinks they're going to lose before that game, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, no.
Because neither of them really. I mean, Ohio State's at Michigan. We know how that goes. Indiana's toughest game left is at Penn State, but I feel like Penn State's just in a hellhole right now, so it doesn't really matter. And then we think A&M's winning the SEC over Bama.
Yes.
Okay. So those would be our 1 and 2 seed. Our 3 seed would go to. Who would it go to? You think Miami'd be the 3 seed, or do you think it'd be?
At that point, yes.
Okay, we'll do Miami then.
They'd get the nod over another SEC, or I would say then at that point, I think Indiana could still be the 4th. I really do think so. I think if Indiana's only loss is Ohio State, they're going to be in the top 4 with a bye.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do. I like that.
What do you think, TJ? Do you think Indiana still gets a bye if they just have a good game against Ohio State and lose, and that's their only loss?
Yeah. I mean, if Ohio State's the, yeah. I think so. I think Indiana.
That's if I'm gonna throw a caveat too. I know we're trying to go with what's the ranking, so we do it quick, like not too much of like what ifs. But if the committee sees things a certain way, they could see Texas A&M with their resume by then being above Ohio State's number 1 seed, which could play a different kind of role with certain things, with who's going to be filling in 3 and 4, with how they look at it, if that makes sense. Indiana might not have a game against number 1 seed in the country, is what I'm saying, when they play the Ohio State. Texas A&M undefeated with all the SEC wins by that point. It has because we're talking about committee here. We're not talking about points. We're talking about a bunch of dumbasses.
That is true.
Anyway, yeah,
I think they'll probably weigh their schedule a little bit heavier than Ohio State's, especially with Texas. If Texas would have stayed good, I would have said Ohio State had a really good chance to hold on to that. With A&M beating the teams they have, it would be fucking very tough for them not to be the number 1 seed going into all this. They pull out undefeated schedule.
I just want to see Indiana's offense against Ohio State's amazing defense. If Ohio State can shut that shit down the way they did, bro, they'll be the number 1 seed. Their defense will make them the number 1 seed by far. Anyways, keep going. So who's our? Yeah, keep going.
I got us seated one through 7 right now. Okay.
Okay.
I have OSU at 1, A&M SEC winner at 2. I have Miami at 3, winning the ACC, maybe 2, depending on how the games go. If they kick the shit out of, and
Yeah.
A&M struggled. Indiana at 4, because we said we think they get bye week if they lost to Ohio State, assuming that'd be a decent game. Bama at 5, Georgia 6, because Bama SEC loser probably gets 5 seed. Georgia would only be 1 loss. They sat out the SEC championship, but still 1 loss Georgia. And at the 7, we have BYU. And at the 8 seed, I think we can start talking about, like, is this where we sneak in Notre Dame over, like,
Ole Miss is in there then.
yeah, Ole Miss is definitely in there. But do you think they'd rate them a 2-loss Notre Dame with 2 losses in the top?
I have a weird feeling that Notre Dame's going to be the hardest to predict because I think the committee is going to rank Notre Dame at the end based on matchup.
Okay, we can throw an Ole
I
Miss
think
here.
there's going to be a money thing there.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
they're
throw an Ole
going
Miss.
to, but I think Notre Dame. I don't think they're going to be any higher than 10.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, let's put them at 10 then, just for.
And that's why I say a matchup. Though that 10 to 12 spot, I think they're going to navigate certain teams to make teams prove it to see if they're right or not. Because I think they're covering their ass when they do these at the end.
Yep, and now we're sitting with 2 seeds left. Okay.
Yep.
And we're gonna have a 1 loss. We have BYU in there. Then we're gonna have either a 2-loss. We're gonna have a 2-loss Georgia Tech or a 1-loss Georgia Tech. It's gonna be ACC or Big 12, I think, is what I'm saying. Oregon could sneak in here too because they don't have a hard game left outside of USC. Let's put Oregon at 11. I don't think Oregon.
Yeah,
I don't think Oregon misses the
You can fill
playoff.
in the gaps because right now, when you look at that, all the way down to the 16th seed, we have 1-loss teams all through there.
Yeah.
So like, we're even Virginia can win the ACC somehow. Like, so that shit we can go all day. We'll have to do
Well, let's
that
put in
next one.
Vandy. Let's put in Vandy.
Yeah, I
forgot
like
about
that.
Vandy.
Let's put Vandy in.
Okay, so those are seeds 1 through 12, and just to give you guys an idea of the games we'd be getting.
I say give us the matchups.
The first round we'd get Vandy at Bama,
Oh, I love that.
Ole Miss at BYU,
Ooh,
Oregon at Georgia,
ooh.
and then Notre Dame at BYU. I'm sorry, Ole Miss would be at.
Oh yeah.
Ole Miss would be at where'd Ole Miss be?
I could be wrong, but was BYU independent for a while at one point?
I think they were up until
They were, yes.
That'd be awesome. Cowards.
And then the buys would be Ohio State, seed-wise, A&M, and then Miami and Indiana. So winner of Vandy, Bama play Indiana. Looks like Ole Miss, Ohio State, and then Oregon, Georgia play Miami, and then Notre Dame, BYU play A&M.
All right, just start giving us matchups and write it down, and we can see who's going to be in like the Final Four real quick.
Okay, cool. So Notre Dame, BYU. You want to take Notre Dame?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even being favorite. I think. Oh yeah. That's a good
Georgia.
matchup for us.
Georgia, Bama.
TJ don't think so. I saw TJ's face. He
Bro,
thinks that's gonna be a
I
toughie.
No, but I don't
listen.
care if you watch BYU one time at 10 p.m. laying next to your beautiful fucking honey.
I'm an
You don't
Ohio
watch
State
no.
fan,
You don't watch.
man.
Yeah, no. How much hours Notre Dame football? I'm gonna defend them hard, bro. They're
No,
not Notre Dame
I'm
from
just-
last year. This ain't Riley Leonard.
I'm not saying they're gonna Notre Dame would lose. I'm just saying it's a tough game to draw, man. BYU, I assess completely out of the college football structure, in that
True.
almost that like they're out on an island by themselves. Like they just have such an odd team year in and year out. Like Mike said, they're very well coached. They play real physical football, and I don't know if the Storm and Mormons really give a fuck who they play. They're going to show up and play exactly the same way. So I'm not saying Notre Dame is going to lose. I'm just saying like I wouldn't want to draw BYU if I
True.
was Notre Dame.
Fair enough.
I'd
Yeah.
rather play like a Vandy if I was Notre Dame.
Nah. My thing is you want to play the team that's a great value version of you. They have a good tradition, a good program. They always win 10 games. They have a big religion base. They want to be Notre Dame. BYU wants to be their own version of Notre Dame out west. That's why they run that shit with the TV out there. Everyone knows BYU out there. They have unmarked territory out there with no other school. So you know what? Give me the great value version of the Catholics, the Mormons themselves. That's why. 'Cause I don't care. And also, yeah, give me Vandy because you try to run that fucking triple option shit on us, bro. We play Navy every year. The goddamn troops. Anyways, keep going.
And then Ole
Eric,
Miss.
just
yeah.
remember I said it real quick. These two went ND. I'm gonna go BYU, baby.
Oh,
If ND draws BYU, remember I said it.
I hope we play Indiana, but no, I got you.
This one's probably the most wild matchup we're gonna have this first round. Definitely Georgia Tech and Ole Miss,
Ooh, that's a banger.
and
I don't
it'd be
even
Ole
know.
Miss at Georgia Tech.
It's a bipolar game.
Yeah, that's a coin flip because Haynes King might just go fucking crazy and run all over him.
Over unders, they're gonna combined. They're gonna have almost like 80 points or so.
Oh
combined.
yeah.
I say Ole Miss at this point though. They ain't missing a beat. I don't know what you guys think. I respect Georgia Tech. I know a lot about them. They play Notre Dame often, and they've had a lot of old seniors on that team that are good, and I like that coach. But I don't know. I think Lane Kiffin got that magic right now, bro. He feels good to me. I'm not gonna lie. I think he ain't gonna lose those games. He'll lose later.
Kiffin got the juice, man.
Yeah.
Gotta go
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Our last first round game is Oregon at Georgia.
I want to see that on TV. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is a late night. I want to be hammered. I want that to be the last game of the day. You know,
I think fucking Georgia
that's what I'm thinking. If
gives
it's at
it to him,
Georgia,
dog.
at Georgia,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
yeah. God, Keegan.
And then for the
Sorry,
quarterfinals,
Keegan.
please make them home games. Please make them fucking home
Yes,
games.
I
So
want
much
home
better.
games. Yes, please.
So we'd have
Please.
Vandy, and I don't know what bowl games. This doesn't give me that, so I can't give you the
Oh,
bowl
yeah,
games.
that's
But
fine.
Vandy against Indiana.
I love the
Indiana.
hard. I love the heart around that game. But yeah, Indiana. That's gonna be a
That's
good
just
hard
such a
game.
random fucking game.
That's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of blue chip motherfuckers running around that field.
Ole Miss and
bro.
Ohio State would be the next one to get to the semifinal.
Oh,
Bucks, baby.
OSU, yeah. I just think they're deep.
Ooh.
Save it for
You
the
said it's
end.
Ole
How
Miss
about-
OSU.
Yeah, Ole Miss,
Yeah.
OSU.
Oh, it's gonna be just like the Tennessee game last year.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be a fucking blowout.
This
I mean,
would
Ole
be
Miss, some Ole Miss players will bet ball though.
Oh yeah,
This-
but I just think Ohio State's got way too much firepower for them.
Fair state
yeah,
quarterback.
this next quarterfinal game is the game of the fucking year, probably. Georgia against Miami. Carson Beck revenge.
Oh,
With
I think
Miami
Georgia-
technically being the home team.
Georgia beats the brakes off those.
Know his
boys.
tricks,
Yeah.
right? You know his tricks,
four
right?
picks. If 4 picks, I think they get after them, blitz the
And
fuck
then-
out of them.
Does ND get their payback on A&M?
Honestly, we look better than any other school that's gone against them. So if there's any team to do it, we're very matched up. I think we're very similar teams. I think that coach at Duke loves what Freeman does. They're kind of the same guy, defensive minded. They build their teams the same way. They run a lot of man. They put a lot of trust in their quarterback because they don't want to worry about it.
That's tough.
I say if we're running the ball the way we are this time, with Carr having a whole season under his belt, it's up to Carr. It's
Yeah,
really up
it
to
really
Carr, right?
would.
Like, did he progress this season mentally to be able to fill those gaps and not have those picks?
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
also talking about a Texas A&M quarterback that's progressed throughout the whole year too.
Yeah,
he's going to be
he's-
different. But
Yeah, and our defense has got to play better.
well, I will say, thank God there's no home games yet for this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
that'd
want
be
to play at Texas
huge.
A&M.
No.
Give me a bowl game against Texas A&M. I think that's a coin flip. Right now, I'd say,
Yeah.
and no, I'm not lying, just because of the matchup and they know each other. They played each other the last 2 years. It reminds me a lot of Ohio State, Notre Dame knowing each other, but I just don't think Notre Dame gets through with it. I think it's going to be very similar to the Ohio State game. I think Notre Dame's going to, there's certain teams that have Notre Dame's number, and Texas A&M kind of, even though we won the first one, I don't know. Is Love healthy? There's so many questions. So I'd
Yeah.
say Texas A&M because Notre Dame needs too many variables that happen for them to win.
A&M
Yeah, I
is
think that's a
too
good
just
pick.
like they're on an upward trajectory that the entire team from week 1 to today has played better every week.
Same here,
Marcel
though.
Reed,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like Marcel
Like-
Reed has played better every single week. Receiving core with Concepcion and Corver
Oh, yeah.
or Carver, that they've looked better every single week. So I would pick A&M, but I don't think it'd be a blowout. I think ND would be right there with them. It'd be
It would
another
come down
close
to
game.
who has the ball last, just like last time. I really think
Yeah.
that's what would happen.
I also will say that A&M and Notre Dame are probably the most fragile hot teams that will be at the end of the year. Like, they're going to be
Mhm.
hot,
Oh, yeah.
but they're going to be the ones that are going to be they're not going to be the OSU sturdiness, the Georgia sturdiness.
Yeah.
I think A&M and Notre Dame, like, that's why they're kind of match made in heaven, so that'd be good. But Texas A&M.
And then our
Yeah.
semi, we're gearing up for an SEC versus Big Ten championship. Indiana, Ohio State, and Georgia and A&M. Those are the semifinals games.
We'll run it back. That'd be kind of hard. I'd like
That would be dope.
That will literally be a repeat of both the Big Ten championship
Yeah.
and
There'll be
championship.
fights.
And it only happened like a month before, bro. That's the
Yeah, there'll be
crazy part.
Fights, bro. It's like you see like baseball teams play 3 days in a row and they're already starting to throw pitches at each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Teams are beat up from playing the other good teams.
Yeah.
I'm not
Imagine
gonna.
if Indiana lost and somehow fucking came back and beat them in a Final Four.
I
How
think
fucking insane, or the other way around. Like, that would be the story of the year.
I don't trust a Coach Day team that's won too much. I'm not saying that negatively, guys. I'm just saying Coach Day
Oh,
has
you're good.
shown that when he's coming in with a winning hand, without any type of chip on his shoulder, without like the good victory, and that's not his fault. We thought Penn State would be a good one. We thought Michigan would be. I mean, they're ranked, but a tad better for them on their resume, right? Or Texas.
That Michigan
Like,
game's already starting to give me the heebie-jeebies because fucking Michigan fucks around, wins that game. They're a playoff team now, man. If they beat Ohio State with 2 losses, they might be a fucking playoff team.
just
Bryce Underwood.
give me multiple Michigan Ohio State games in 1 year, bro.
Yes,
Oh
please.
my god.
Please.
I just think like if we had to play Indiana twice, Big Ten championship and then round of 4, I would have a lot of faith in Ohio State because I watched how they responded when we had to play Oregon twice. We dropped the first game to Oregon, and it seemed like the coaching staff said, like, all right, we got the download. Like, if we run into these motherfuckers again, it's going to be trouble.
But
And
you
it
ain't
was.
dropping. But you ain't dropping the first one against Indiana.
We had them win it.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But
But in my opinion,
if we have to play them twice, just being able to get the looks, like what could Indiana really do between the conference championship and the round of 4 to really like surprise Ohio State?
well, that's kind of my point. I can't backtrack my points I've been making the last 3 weeks going off by Indiana. I got to see these teams play in these bowl games in a neutral field because,
Yeah.
like we say, that's a whole different feel. That's also why I give that edge a little bit. If Notre Dame can meet someone like Texas A&M in that environment, Notre Dame's been there, with a coach that's been there, with a team that's been there, with same thing with Ohio State. Like, who cares if we have a new quarterback? Who cares if Julian Saint's a new quarterback? You have guys in a program that's been there with a coaching staff that will, coach like it. Also, some teams have shown discipline. I want to see some of these teams show that, like, can you just lean on the run if they aren't letting you pass? Can you pass if they ain't giving up the run? I know, like we talked about before, like the Wisconsin game's not that impressive, but it was pretty impressive to see Julian Saint as a freshman just say, "Fuck it, we're passing this game. That's the game plan. That's what we're gonna do. We're not giving the chance." Can these other teams do that, or are they just playing by the seat of their pants and just winning games? That's why I worry about with the Ole Misses or the other odd SEC schools. And for those SEC fans that don't understand the hate from the people up north, it comes legitimately because you guys are weird. You dominate in these weird ways, but then like when I see you in a bowl game, SEC's bowl record in the last 5 years it's awful.
Well, now going back to the coach talk, that's kind of my thing with Kiffin right now. Like, I understand they're hot and they're like a 1-loss team, but Kiffin's been that guy for what 3 or 4 years now, straight at Ole Miss, man. Like, that doesn't win and he's won it. He did beat Oklahoma. He won a big game. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just shocked that there's these reports coming out that Florida and LSU are willing to make him the highest paid head coach in college football. And it's like, you're going to give that motherfucker more than Kirby and Kirby's conference, bro? Like,
yeah. So who's in
I
the
don't know.
championship in this? Do we got Texas A&M, Georgia? Who wins that? At this point, Texas A&M's undefeated all the way through. Georgia's shown way too many holes in their offense.
Yeah, I'd take A&M as of now, I think.
God, what a
Me
wild
too,
bracket going on.
And then I'm going to take Ohio State over Indiana.
I like Ohio State. I do like Ohio State A&M. I think that's a banger.
The traditionalist me low-key wants to see Ohio State Miami. Just to have a throwback natty. That'd be kind of
Miami ain't good enough to ride all the way through that, dude.
I don't think they are either.
I'm not saying they're not. I don't think Carson Beck is good.
Yeah, I agree with you though.
Um,
So we have Ohio State and A&M natty.
Now, I'm gonna say this against anybody. I'm not being just a hater, but this could be A&M, this could be Georgia, this could be anybody against Ohio State. I want to see, just like I said, I want to see some teams playing the big lights. Ohio State's schedule is what scares me. Of like, it's not good for young teams, especially college kids, to not be hitting the mouth all the way until the end of the year. Do I think you're going to be really healthy? Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, it's college. You never know, but it's also like, by then, who is Ohio State beating in this case? I don't think Ohio State's beating anybody. Who they beating in this case? Indiana?
They would beat Indiana twice and Ole Miss to get there.
That's still just. I just want to see what Ohio State can do, and they have to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think I'm scarred from what Michigan's done to them. That's what's shown me that if Ohio State's really comfortable, Day doesn't have a grip on that team when they're comfortable. But also, I don't know. I just can't imagine Ohio State losing. I don't want to say it, but.
Yeah. I agree.
I say I'm gonna let you guys answer because either way, I don't think I'm ever gonna say Ohio State's gonna win it. I just can't believe they're gonna win 2 years in a row. I just don't think so. They always find a way to have something. I don't care if it's a missed field goal. I don't care if it's a missed fucking holding call. Something weird and funky happens in college football, and I think that happens to Ohio State. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Gonna have that, man. Somebody's got to. Like, I get it. Like, I'm a Buckeyes fan through and through, but we're Globo Jim from dodgeball. It's like, I know how people fucking look at us, dude. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. I can't help where I was born, man. You know, I fucking ride with the Bucks, man. So give me the Bucks over A&M.
Yeah.
Damn, we ended this 2-hour pod saying Ohio State's national champions. That's how we're doing it, bro.
Ryan Day, man. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, man.
Man, oh my God.
On the bright side, we would have picked Notre Dame over A&M in that second round. We probably would have rode Notre Dame all the way in there too.
That's what I'm taking. You know what? Run it back. I want to see the graphic too. CJ Carr, Julian Sand, freshman phenoms. And CJ Carr gets out that chain and puts it in his teeth after he scores a game-winning touchdown, dude. Fuck this, bro. I don't know why it pissed me off.
CJ
I'm trying to be
Carr,
cool,
man. He'd look across the ball, thought it was 20 motherfuckers playing defense, man. He wouldn't know what the fuck's going on.
As long as we run that, I don't care. If everyone's healthy, run the ball.
Dudes over there.
I hope Notre Dame wins ugly-ass games like last year. I hope we win 17-3, 17-10 against everybody. Run the ball, run the clock out, and then don't lose against Ohio State. Fuck, dude. You guys are upsetting me. It's not even that late in the year.
I love Notre Dame, man. Hating Notre Dame for me would be like hating your grandpa.
Don't do it.
It's like, I love Notre Dame. Notre Dame is like a college football, like,
grandpa,
powerhouse.
I know.
Yeah, that's like, it's like hating your grandpa. It's like the sweet old man that like loves you unconditionally. Yeah, you know, like, I fuck with Notre Dame. I don't hate Notre Dame. They never did nothing to me, man. So I fuck with them. If we got to run it back in the Natty, let's run it back, man.
Ohio State's like one of them hot bitches that run a back door on you and friends rob you. Fucking, I'm so pretty. Or like a fucking Chad with a fucking convertible.
She distracts
you.
you.
Losers! fucking stupid. Named after a goddamn nut with car dealerships everywhere. And I'd like to remind those that fucking don't know, I live in Columbus, god damn it. I know what's going on. All right, guys. You guys got anything else other than a go Bucks, huh?
That's it, man.
Who wants to play some fucking Battlefields? What I gotta say.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Look at the time. I was like, damn, it's late, bro.
Let's go get some gaming on.
Hey, I'll be gaming, bro. You know what? You guys got anything else? Eric, you got anything?
No, I'm good, brother.
All right, boys. Get your goddamn snorkelers out. We in here from the deep.